Okay,
that really curled at the end.
15-9.
That really curled.
Heel.
Yeah. Okay, just normal.
Clean, yep.
Down.
Yep.
Down.
Hard.
Down.
Hard.
Down.
Hard.
Down.
Yep. Hard roll, Abby. 9-9.
Okay, same thing. I'd say same weight. Maybe touch less if anything. You got it.
Line
2 less.
less weight.
Less. 2.
Hey, room.
2, 3. 3. 3, 2.
Sarah, right over. Yep. Yep. Good.
Good.
Normal.
Okay, just a touch more. Oh.
Clean, yep.
Normal.
Yep.
Normal.
Yep. Clean. Yep.
Normal.
Yep. Hard, Beth. Nine. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, just like. Okay, top 4.
Keep. It's like a 15, I'd say.
Okay,
You got it.
I think this will be similar speed here.
I think so. You got it. Little down. 4.
Line's good.
4, 5. 5. 5. 6. 5, 4. 4, 3.
Like, just don't count it. Right there.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you think we should do the double? Double, she hits. We hit blank. Let's go for it. Right there. We're gonna go for top 4. Okay. We need to be like a quarter biting to be shot. Yeah. Like a 14.5? 15? Okay. I think it's a little heavy. Close for line.
Line's good. Okay, yep.
if we're like top 12, that's fine.
All right, so just a touch more.
Okay.
Like a 15, you got it.
Okay. Touch
Little
more.
down. 5.
Line's good.
5, 6.
Close.
5, 4. Down. 4. It's in. It's in. Oh. Oops, no.
Just go pretty far out, like there.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. Pull 4 if you can, but yeah. Okay. Like a second. Less than my last one? Okay. Like 2 notches? 1 notch maybe? 2 steps? Okay. It's a little less.
Line's good.
Yeah, for line, Amber. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Line's good. Line's good. Abby.
As far as you can bring it. Okay, that's fine. 1 red. Good sweep, guys. That was good.
I counted 2 of them, right?
Yeah, just got 1.
Okay. Close time?
5.
Okay.
I think that was a good throw.
Yeah.
Nice
Like
job.
that would have been like
sweep,
good
guys.
draw weight on a.
Yeah, a good path.
Probably, yeah, just the
I think that
wider
was
spot,
just
right?
slightly
Did you try to
wider.
throw 14? What did we try to throw?
All 14?
14? Yeah. What did we end up with?
5.
Yeah, okay. So
It's
just
like a 1 notch.
Yeah, okay. Good job,
That's
guys.
good.
Yeah. I mean, you took on a risk with your first shot, right?
Yeah.
You basically
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave those 2 red ones there. But that's fine. Give up 1, right?
Yeah.
Not a problem. I thought it was an okay risk. You just have to know that you're taking that risk,
Yeah.
right? Whereas you could have hit something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Good start. Well done. Let's do it.
Yeah, well,
And then it stayed there the whole time. Yep. Yep.
okay, I'll throw similar to what I threw last end. That's a little up.
Line's good.
Up.
Hey, you can curl it. Okay, line's good. Top 4.
Take a look.
Top 4. Line's good. Top 4.
Yep.
14-9. Right here, Emma. Just here.
Hard,
just
Emma.
here. Just here. Good. 14-9. Good judge. That's okay. That's good. Clean.
Control.
Clean. Whoa.
Control.
Whoa.
Control.
Clean. Yep.
Control down.
Clean. Whoa. 12.
That That's way down.
It's supposed to be 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was close.
She slid wide
I
and then
thought it was
set it
up.
good. Slid wide and set it good.
Close. Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa. Clean, clean, yep. Clean, clean. Good. 9-3. Down. 3.
Yeah.
Line's good. Down. Yeah, line. 2. Line's good. 2. Line's good. 1. All you. Hard for 2. Line's really nice.
I think it's just a 1.
Nice, good sweeping. 8-2.
Okay.
Really, 3 or top. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'll throw a touch more. Foot close, touchdown.
Room.
Room!
Room. Curl.
Curl!
Curl.
Curl!
Curl.
Whoa!
Hard, Emma. Curl. Curl.
Just,
Okay. Okay, 13-9. Should we just set a little? Board.
okay.
Clean. Whoa. 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 Okay, just roll it here. Oh, it's good, it's good. 1-3. She threw it good. I think just less ice.
Okay. I threw good.
Control.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 XL Cup here at the Okotoks Curling Club. And I'm lucky to be joined by Rolly Robinson. Welcome, Rolly.
Whoa.
Mike, thanks for having me. This is a exciting moment in life to transition into the broadcast
No
booth.
roll.
All right. Well, this is where
She
people
slid
get
wide.
started. This is where all the
9-7.
talent comes from.
I see us work really well for Wade.
I carry weight the whole time, I know. People tell me that all the time. So we have Team DeSchiffart versus Team McMahon this morning.
Sorry.
We've just been running the video for the first few ends
All right,
here.
you got it.
Glad you came out to
Team.
join us.
Yeah.
How you been? What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, man. Living downtown Calgary.
Nice.
So I've got used to walking everywhere. So the drive down here was
Little down.
Line's
just kept going and going. I'm not used to being in the vehicle for this long anymore. Beautiful sunrise coming out here this morning. Just beautiful. So that was a treat. And I just love the view of the mountains you guys have out here.
We're lucky. We're lucky out here. Take it for granted.
Oh, it's stunning. Spending most of my youth growing up in northern Alberta, and then most of my adult life just east of Edmonton.
Nice.
You just see field and trees, and Calgary in this area certainly is a beautiful treat to just witness what you get to live in here.
Are you doing any curling yourself these days?
A little bit. We're playing a little bit of the, I don't know if you call them tier 3s, but we've been in we're playing a couple of the Beaumont Spiels, and we played the original 16 in Calgary.
Nice. Who are you playing with this year?
Dale and Vavrick.
Oh, okay.
So,
Perfect.
Yeah. So
good team there. You guys are heading to play downs. And
yeah, we'll be hitting the one up in Grand Prairie there the week of the 15th of December.
Nice.
Go out there and kind of give it our go. But yeah, we're kind of all in that point in life where we all have about the same amount of time to dedicate to the sport and
play a little bit here and there just for some fun.
Yeah.
Stay competitive.
Exactly. Like we've got a lot of other things going on in our lives, but it's still nice to stay somewhat connected. And, we'll take our stab at trying to get to the Briars we do every year. It's certainly probably not
easy in our province.
No, it never has been. Been lucky enough to get and I'll say close, but close is finishing top 4 in this province. Got lucky to do that a couple of times.
6.
And have not done that well numerous times on top of that. So
that's okay.
Yeah, but you just never know when your time comes, and we might live out the dream.
Men's provincials in Alberta is quite an accomplishment already because it's such a strong field out here.
Well, I think the 2 years that I would say we were truly competitive when I was curling with James Paul, Mark Klink, who are now doing quite well in the senior circuit.
I know, they all love going to the seniors. It's like those top echelon teams, Kevin Martin, them don't play seniors, so they get to dominate now on the senior tour.
Oh, I imagine their bodies were just too destroyed from curling to even think about curling seniors.
You know, it's funny, I heard somebody asked Randy Furby one time why he doesn't play seniors, and he just said, well, no one's ever asked. You know, you're kind of thinking, well, no, these guys don't want to play seniors, but they might want to play. You never know. Reach out to them.
Yeah, you're just too polite to say, hey, are you interested?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been, to kind of round out the story a little bit, like I spent the better part, before I moved down from Sherwood Park, I think 5 or 6 years I played Thursday Night Men's League with Dave Nedwin.
Like a 15.
And so, like, in my life growing up, Dave was still of that generation older, so it was like still in his juniors. He was accomplishing stuff with Furby and the crew and stuff. And then next thing you know, just by chance, all of a sudden you're just friends with somebody, and now you're just hanging out on Thursday nights curling together.
Yeah, that's the greatest thing about our sport, hey?
Yeah, and it was kind of cool where someone who was like your hero in a lot of senses, and next thing you know, you're just beer league dudes together, and so it's pretty cool. But you kind of talk about, like, Randy, if somebody said they never asked them, you're almost too polite sometimes to say, hey, would you be willing to do this with us? We had a similar thing when we brought Bartlett on with us for a couple of good years with James and Mark, and where we actually went to where we competed into the top 4 of men's provincials, and I think one was 08 and one was 09, somewhere in that ballpark. And someone's like, Bartlett's just kind of hanging out, and James is like, well, should I call Bartlett? And it was like a debate amongst the team whether you even talk to the guy.
Is he good enough? That's true. I'm sure that was never part of the conversation.
Yeah, that's right. But then he calls Donnie, and well, you have to call Donnie. He doesn't have a cell phone. I still don't think he does.
We need to be.
Thankfully, I think maybe Facebook Messenger he'll log on once in a while. But so James called Donnie. He's like, "Oh, sign me up, baby!" The guy's all in, and so. Shoot your shot is, I think, the moral of the story.
Well, I'm fortunate here in Okotoks. My 5th on our men's night team on Thursdays, Dave Murdoch. So we told him he had to play front end. He's got a sweep. So
tough deal there. Yeah.
Good.
Well, my other curling is I play Wednesday nights, and when our full team does show up, I am the lead.
Okay, well then.
Yeah.
So
Mine's good.
But it was really
It's
it was really
happy,
fun.
Brock.
So last week was or this week was the first time our full team showed up. So I was demoted down to lead, playing with Terry Meek,
4-3.
Ralph Brust,
Okay.
Yeah.
and probably a well-renowned legend of broadcasting, Pete Stetsky.
Okay. Pete.
So it's a gem of a team.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah. I just threw this straw.
I don't have a lot of time for slow play.
Oh God.
So
no offense, Terry Meek, but you're not the fastest player out there.
No, it was fine. You know what? I realize that it's not actually Terry, and I hope Ralph and Pete hear this, but it's you guys talking to him is what slows it
It's
down.
just what's the problem?
Yeah.
Just let him call the game.
Yeah. Well, I golf with Terry now too. I joined the same club because I
Oh,
got
you're
to meet
Spring-
Terry when I
or
moved down.
Silver Springs.
Yeah, I got a
He's
great
the president out there.
president, and I think slightly acting GM for a short period of time. Yeah, but getting to meet Terry curling last year was a great thing for a new guy in the city, and I kind of found like my people, and I got invited out to join the club. Ralph is a member out there as well,
Okay.
so yeah, I kind of went and I kind of met my people out at the club and found a place and found a social circle to hang out in. So I'm really grateful for Terry and Cheryl naturally too.
Yeah.
Bernard also they're just fantastic people, fantastic human beings, and
They are.
it's a wonderful thing. So
Terry and I played golf. Oh God, it must have been 2 years ago here. I took him out to Turner Valley to play.
I've never been.
He was pretty good. I was pretty good that day. 67 or 68 that day or something.
Oh,
He
that's
was,
a good day. That's a really good day.
I played well. If I had
Sorry,
made some
that
more
was my
putts, who
right.
knows what would have happened.
It's all good.
Maybe it was just intimidation playing with Terry Meek. I'm like, I got to play well today.
Yeah, hey, Terry. I like golfing with Terry.
We have backing for this path.
He thinks out
could go
golf
the
like he
same
does
path.
curling, but it's
Okay.
more individual, so
So
he doesn't
here?
have to
Yeah.
talk to other people.
I know.
But really fun to be around, and really fun to just absorb how he thinks and sees a golf course, because it's the same
Yeah, I was
mindset in
gonna do
curling,
that,
but
but
you
that's
kind of
like
see
the
it on a
back
different
one was
level,
one,
and you get a whole different respect for
Yeah,
how
exactly.
someone's brain
That's
thinks
what I was
analytically
thinking.
through stuff and processes it. And so
Like a
I think it's kind of a
non-select.
unique situation that I
Okay.
got a chance to spend a lot of time on the ice, and then subsequently a lot of
Yeah.
time on the golf course
think-
with Terry, and just
Yeah, I really think it's
really
real
come to
fast.
really respect somebody that way. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Well, maybe we should talk about our game here. What's going on? We got
Oh, yeah.
Team McMahon with the hammer. They're down 1-0 after a great draw in the second end. They blanked the first, right, Zach? I wasn't really paying attention. I was on sound here.
I see one marked up for red
Okay,
down.
we're only in the second. Never mind.
So
No, we got to be playing
Yeah,
4
line.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
line.
Draw for two.
So I think they blanked the.
Yeah, line. Line's good.
Well, they gave up one in the
Let's
first, and
go.
then there was a
Yeah,
steal of
yeah,
one in the
line.
second. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait only.
We'll catch up here. Sorry, folks.
Jeez, drawn to the corner here. It's almost like drawn to the button. You have to be very specific with this shot.
Yeah, what a
Okay,
great
that's good. 2 yellow.
Real good.
I got 4-9.
2 yellow. There's a good bounce back end.
Like, that's not an
Oh,
easy
you know
shot.
what? That's only the second end. Zach, well, pay attention here, Zach.
really
I
nice
forgot. I'm watching the screen, and I forgot what end we started on. So
Yeah.
we did start on the first end.
Downside with the one you
There's a steal of one,
I would say throw the same end.
and then a big deuce by McMahon back there to get
From a line
up
perspective,
2-1
that's
after
still
2 ends
very
of play.
good for- right?
Yeah.
Let's listen in on the other team here.
Yeah.
Blank's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we don't need to try hard for the blank. I think we're just trying
Yeah.
to score. But
If they're in, hit and roll. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Okay.
sure. All right, let's go. We got this.
Nice positive comments there by the coach.
Coming from in my junior era, we wouldn't do conversations like this, and you just kind of like
quite
let someone go to the other end.
Today.
And now
Yeah.
our team actually stands around at the hog line list, but I don't think we know what to say. Like, now we're just doing it because everybody else is doing it, but
Yeah.
we're not actually doing anything. We're just there.
Yeah.
But it's great to actually just listen in and just hear what.
What they're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, they're trained right now to talk about, the game plan for the next end. Is it what's the objective of the end, and try and force the team to stick to that
All
objective.
that for
And
nothing.
Yeah.
remind each other as the end goes on if they're going hard for the blank or going hard for a deuce. Or
I'll just get everybody on the same page to start, so there's not a lot of questioning going on during the game.
well, we have the coach interaction out there right now as a new part of the junior program the last couple of years. It's nice, in every other sport out there that the coach gets to talk to the players instantly after something happens, and we could never do that in curling. You had to try and remember
We're a little in.
you know, we get to talk to them twice throughout the game, and then hopefully they remember after 8 ends, 2 hours of playing, what happened in end 2.
True. No, it's an interesting transition because it's naturally it's been outside of the way I grew up playing the sport. So the first couple of years and the first couple of observations of watching coaches on the ice is kind of like from afar, just a little bit, I'd say a little bit critical at times, and going like, why are we doing this? Why aren't you letting people go out there and figure it out for themselves? But I see that it's naturally evolved into being a net benefit to the players and the team, and it's kind of settled into where probably it should be. Everyone's only talking when it should happen. It's not coaching shot by shot in the moment, which is maybe some of the concerns some of us maybe had when we first started seeing it, moving away from the traditional, coach sits upstairs, or you just don't have a coach. Yeah, so it's certainly something that has grown on me, I guess, and you come to have a little bit of respect after the fact, and mostly respect to the coaches that are willing to sit out there in the cold for that long. Like,
yeah,
that's something to sign up for.
It's a grind. I've only ever done it once.
Yeah.
I like to say I'm 1-0 as a coach out on the ice, so I retired a champion.
Oh.
I'm not going back now.
Yeah.
Can't.
Well, you got to retire undefeated if you can.
Exactly. But it's quite different out there. Other than, a full scarf on, I was bundled up with the toque and the gloves, and I think I was even wearing ski pants out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a cold rink.
Okay, well then. 6, 7. Mine's good.
Oh,
today they have to play 3 games in one day, these teams. So.
That was gonna be my next little bit here. Is like so I haven't done a lot of research on the event coming into this broadcast.
We never do research. That's way
perfect.
If you do research, you're not going to fit in.
Oh, good, because I left my notebook at home.
Okay, perfect.
But maybe toss me a little bit of rundown on what's going on here. Like, are these all the teams that are playing this event, or is there
we
some?
Have the top 6 teams in Alberta based on points. There was a couple teams that couldn't make it, so they moved down the list. But we're definitely within the top 8 in Alberta, first top 6, and then we have 1 team from Saskatchewan and 1 team from BC. How they decided who came, I'm not sure, but so this event's been running for 4 years now. It had 1 year it was off due to COVID, obviously, and then we were lucky enough. We used to run a U18, U20, but they just run a U20 now. So
okay. Awesome.
This is the first year with 8 teams on men's and women's. It was usually 6. It used to be 4, 1 and 1. But so it's nice they included some more teams. But with that being said, they've added an extra draw, so these teams have to play 4 games in 2 days, and 3 of them today.
Okay, cool.
So they're in for a grind all day, but they're young.
Yeah.
They're in shape.
So
you and I would be dying out there.
Oh man. So yeah, like my hips and my knees and stuff. Like I struggle to get through a weekend. I recently bought a set of those like really professional like compression leg things. And I tell you what, after a week of that, I can vouch for it. It helps.
There you go.
So with that, you said a couple of teams have dropped out here, and I think one of them is we do have an Alberta team heading off. So I was having a little chit-chat with Dave Netto and back and forth the other day, and said he's getting ready to head off to Finland.
Yeah. The team Platt heading to the first stage of Worlds, trying to qualify for Canada to be able to play in the World. So
so it's a 2-stage there.
Well, because of our result last year, the last couple years, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was based on last year. We've been down to the relegation round, so we have to qualify first to get into the actual World Championship in February or something.
Oh, okay, so it's okay.
So there's a lot of pressure on both teams, Team Tau and Team Platt.
Yeah.
Both from Alberta, which I must say, which is pretty exciting.
No, it's it's been awesome kind of growing up. We've sent out a lot of high-level competitors out of this province over the years that have gone on, and naturally some of us have been involved in the sport. You know all these people or know the families and that kind of stuff, and it's a super exciting moment to see the kids have that opportunity to go out and.
Yeah, I mean, we wish obviously both teams luck when they head off to represent our province and our country, and I'm sure they'll do us proud. And you know what? Whatever happens, happens. We're still proud of them for going. So.
Well, you know what? If anything, the couple of events is hypothetically coming from the Canadian side of the sport is if you're in this kind of qualifier event, you do expect that the team probably should make their way through it, but it's
never
just
know. They're getting tougher out there. The rest of the world.
It is something else. So just look at the slams these days. But super cool. Like especially coming from Alberta and stuff, and we talked about like when I talked about trying to get to a Brier and stuff. Like I got a chance to compete internationally once
It's a 4-3.
in juniors, and it was my last year of juniors, and we got to go to the World Championships
Nice.
and that
Okay.
and
Just a little heavy. She's
you know,
very good.
super special experience, but like I haven't been able to get back and have that experience again.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know,
could
it's
be
a-
once in a lifetime, right?
it-
You never know.
It largely is, and like then you jump into the men's and kind of getting back to trying to qualify for the Brier. The 2 years that we went and did well is one we lost to Kevin Cooey in the 3-4 game. The next year we beat Kevin Cooey in the 3-4 game, then lost to like Furby and Nedouin on a pretty tight game, who inevitably just went on to have to go up against Martin in a juggernaut in the next game.
Sorry.
So that was a couple of years of what that was kind of grinding up against. So, you come out of this province, like, if you get to go have some international experience,
You're
you know what,
lucky.
yeah, and
you're lucky for sure.
yeah, maybe good for these teams that they get that opportunity to have a couple stages. It is 2 stages, and if you look at it from a Curling Canada perspective, it's kind of like, hey, like our team isn't where we expect our team to, or our spot in the worlds to be. But the teams that are going to go do it, they get to get that experience, and it's super special for the kids. And myself as a former child, growing up and looking back, like I look back on that whole journey of going to play in the World Championship as it's a big growth moment in our lives, and it's something to anchor back on when we inevitably get into professional lives and real life, and it's a special journey. So I think these kids out there have the Maple Leaf on, but they're also individuals going through moments in their life, and I think we've got to give them that it's a super special moment for them to go experience as a team and as individuals and as families.
I agree. Yep. And all these teams here are trying to strive for the same thing this year. So this is just one step here at the Excel Cup. And
we'll never talk about
DeSchiffart has
curling,
the
right?
hammer. Yeah, that's right. Team DeSchiffart has the hammer in this end, trying to get their deuce back. And right now, sitting 2 in the house after some great
The
shots.
second last?
Yeah, it looks like everyone's just gonna.
Yeah.
Eventually, everything's moving back to the top of the house, and whoever can get this first roll back to the
Yeah.
inside is going to be setting up pretty nice. Seen it's interesting watching it come down here. Like, it looks like you're starting to flirt with the guard, but you have more room than you think.
Yeah, we're running a little straighter than normal out here this weekend in Okotoks, so we're getting some decent finish, but normally we get so much curl here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But
We're just
No,
nosing
and
in.
you know what? I've been scanning a couple of
1-3.
sheets. Like, I haven't been
She got the
thoroughly
full
watching
set.
everything, but I was kind of talking with Jason Ginter here just before we stepped in on the broadcast, and
Okay.
talking about growing up north and being a little bit separated from a lot of the curling and
Okay,
stuff
you got
is one of the comments we kind of derived down to was the concentration of talent on teams these days. There's fewer teams, but the concentration of talent is higher.
it's unbelievable.
And
They're like all super teams. That's incredible.
yeah, and I think too and I seen the big shift significantly around the 2010 Olympics. It was that's really when you had more stuff broadcast online. You got to see what proper technique and that kind of stuff really meant for, say, sweeping, for example, like the Mark Kennedy, Ben Hebert.
Should we do the
That sweeping
freeze
style was
Do you think
was
or should
not
we just
wholly
leave it?
adopted across either men's curling and junior curling at that point. Like, everybody's individuals out there,
Yeah.
and
Like, we'll probably
they were
do
just
that.
taught what they either did or they just kept doing what they did. Because curling's not very good at giving people corrective
there.
coaching. We just say, oh, I don't like that
there?
person's style, get them off the team. Like, it's kind of weird. And it's weird and horrible that way. But what I seen in 2010, and I seen it even impact the men's game quite a bit, was it was basically call it scientifically proven, but like, you had a technique that was like, okay, that is the technique, and the sport had a significant dynamic shift after that moment.
Absolutely, yeah.
And now everybody who's good is almost doing it the same way, and it's changed
We are.
how you be the best player out there.
Yep.
Where some of us were kind of doing that type of technique for years before that, and where we were significantly more successful than, say, some other teams on a regular basis, where all of a sudden everyone caught up again all of a sudden, because it's like everyone believed this one
Yeah.
thing. They started everyone puts effort in out there, so they just have to be putting the effort in the right way. So I see that a lot in the juniors here now,
for
is
sure.
kind of scanning across the board here in my first little bit, is there's a lot of fantastic shots getting made. way more shots than was happening when I was this age
Line's
playing
good.
in these
Yep.
sports. You know, we,
I know
So it's-
technique is so much better out there now,
Yep.
like you were saying, and you know the rest of the world has kind of really emphasized everybody throwing it consistently, throwing it the same way. Canada, we've got to catch up a little bit now. Again, we've fallen behind, but
Yep.
you know you can definitely see it at the high
First
level.
weight was
Coming
good.
up with these juniors, every one of them are trying to throw exactly the same way, same amount of rotation, same release, and
That's okay.
same rock position. So
yeah. Well, it's one of the things. Like, so before I left Sherwood Park, I was kind of working with the junior program a little bit with through Heather Nedwin and,
All right,
and the
sounds
team. I
good.
call it the
Like
advanced
15.
juniors
mhm.
at the time,
So a
and
touch less than your last draw. You got it.
yeah, there's a couple of. Sorry, I'm gonna draw a blank on names while I try to pull it off the top of my head. But we went in there and worked, and like my bit coming in was a lot about just communication. What are you thinking while you're doing stuff out there?
Yeah.
Like I'm a little less on the. I'm not a super technical curler. That's never been my forte. But what are you thinking? What are you telling your teammates? Why are you telling your teammates this? What are they expecting you to tell them? And if you get that communication and the expected communication cycle going on with your team, you can elevate a lot of stuff. And we worked with a lot of the kids around that. And then some of it was like basic rock position and stuff, going like, hey, if you all throw off the same rock position and you end up having a similar release, and you can start expecting similar results across your team.
Hard, Emma.
And you start giving them the why.
Yep.
And you're not just giving them the. I relied on others to probably help out the technical bit a little bit more, but I like to kind of work on that with them. Like, hey, why are you doing this? Because it gives that
Yeah.
buy-in. Like I grew up stubborn myself too, and I still am.
Like that's the same way.
But
What?
if you can give people a why,
Oh, that was
then they go, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
you get
Like
into
catwalk.
you get into that mindset, and got a very good privilege, and you know, a couple of girls out here I think were part of our program as well back
Nice.
in the day. So, you know, it's great to see them out here and thriving and,
Yeah,
and
try and get
that
the
down the
roll
road.
behind the guards there.
And subsequently,
Forward.
you know, a couple of the
She
girls
said my
going
last
on
one was
the
good, yeah.
to the Worlds there. Well,
So
Dave
they-
and Heather's daughter was part of the program as well. And
Yeah.
you know, these are just people you get to work with day and day. You're just
Yeah, try and get like a roll.
you're
to
not being their
the
coach, but you're
right
imparting
side
a
of the
little
net.
bit of thought and wisdom, and if it has a small impact on their game,
That's good.
that's fantastic, and it's great to go see subsequently them going forward with some success. And
Yep. Exactly.
but we're the sum of a lot of people that have given us coaching over the years.
I know. So it looks like McMahon here has a chance to get out of the end. That draw by DeSchiffart there came up just a little bit light, but you have to be careful here. You make the nose hit because
Whoa!
if you happen to roll out, it's an
Whoa.
easy split for the two still.
Whoa!
And this is hanging out there, a little full out of her hand.
Hey, no roll.
And there you have it.
Is
Just
that
kind
enough
of.
to get out?
And they got the red out, but now
Uh-huh.
DeSchiffart has a chance for the split for the
10-9.
deuce.
Yeah. Well, I certainly like
She
this split
looking at it.
opportunity. And as we're just talking about the ice a little bit, and you say running a little bit straighter than normal.
Yeah.
But that makes this shot a lot more doable. It gives it to your sweepers. You got a little bit of control. You probably got about a 5 or 6 inch band of where you can make contact on this to make it. But you can do that with this with
Yeah,
a little Slater,
exactly.
a little bit of probably some sweeping ice out there. It's certainly,
Okay, we're just gonna
as much
throw
as ice
10.
looks like sweeping ice, it
Okay,
looks like
finish
sweeping
throw?
ice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
certainly my experiences
it.
out here have been it's sweeping ice. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's been good.
What you can do out here. So yeah, I think this is the right call.
Big
and
shot here. Yeah. Throw this T-line weight and happen to rub it in. If you get your one, you get your one, but make sure you don't overthrow it. Hit half a rock, split them both in the rings, and
Yeah.
she's pretty happy here. Oh, maybe she chose not to.
Yeah, this didn't go well.
Looks like she decided just to throw it through.
Yeah.
Didn't
Well-
want to take on the risk, but there we go, talking about how it was the right decision, and she made another decision. But hey,
You know what? Commit to your
Whatever
decision. And
works.
they decided what they wanted to do there, and they went with it, and that's inevitably that's the right thing to do.
interesting to see what the coach has to say here about that
Yes, nice
decide.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like the blank on that. If it was for free, you try to split because you don't want to get forced on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good job. Good end. I kind of want to throw your 7 up to 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Just you
'Kay.
take the 7 and then.
I think my one is slow too. I think at the end it stops. So
Okay, so your 2 then?
yeah.
Yeah, so you take the 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
'Kay.
We'll just do that, and then maybe those ones. If your one's slow, maybe the 7 can match it a bit.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's try to score.
Yeah.
No, that was some great insight from the coach there, and a very valid point. Like if that's for 3, you maybe play the split because you're definitely getting your 2 anyway, and yeah, really good point there that you might only get your 1, and do you really take that stab at it?
Well, sometimes you don't get a lot of opportunities for deuces, so I would have been aggressive there, but that's just me. I'm not my team. And
well, most of us lived our life not getting enough deuces, so
I know,
we take a stab at anyone we can get a hold of.
They're way better than I am, so who cares what our opinion is. But a lot of conversation there about the rocks, and they find they might have one a little slower than the others, but
yeah, really well informed discussion on that too, and that's fantastic to see. And
interesting that they threw the slow rock to the lead there. We always threw it to the second.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The lead is such an important position. Make sure the rocks are matched because they're throwing a lot of draws, and we always threw it at the second because normally back in the day they were playing a lot more hits than.
Yeah, you just that slow rock doesn't matter on you. Just blast your hit out there. No, it's interesting. Like even on our men's team, we do end up tossing the garbage rocks down to the lead, and I don't know, bring it up. I don't know if it's the most. I don't know if it's the most well thought out process.
Yeah, I mean we used to do it too until one of the coaches we had said to us, let's put that at second because they're going to be playing hits with it. So what does it matter? But
yeah.
And if you don't have those lead rocks in the perfect positions, man, you can be chasing the hole. And
well, so it's a great point, and I even take this way back to our team is like, so Evan Asmussen, we've been throwing the garbage rocks down to him for the last couple of events, and
grabbed on
and
her.
there's a couple games where he's got control of them, and then there's a couple games where he doesn't, and it's a struggle for him, and then it subsequently is a struggle for the team to have to manage those. And kind of valid point. Toss it off to somebody who's going to throw a hit with it.
Exactly. Yeah. Interesting. I thought that picked on her, but they're saying she dumped it. But I'm going to go with the pick. Better,
Well, that's what we all refer to.
Yeah, it's always. And I'm a nice guy. I'll give her a pick there.
Yeah.
Can you please? Yeah.
It's never the thrower, never. But I was impressed that they picked up on the release there.
Yeah, release is a big thing, and but if they can recognize that it happens and give some positive feedback to let someone know what happened, and subsequently give the opportunity
only
to
makes you better
correct
as
it.
a team for sure.
Yeah, but doing it positively, like not coming up after the game going, "Oh, this person dumps on rocks
Not like
all
the way
time."
we used to play, yell at each other.
Yeah,
they're always so nice.
I think they just learned to communicate better.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
which is great to see.
McMahon take advantage of this slight opportunity here. They do have one top 12. They're probably going to run just a little short here. Of course, we are playing the no-tick rule here at the XL Cup. All events are no-tick.
We'll get it on an angle.
Playing a little tap here.
Which is interesting because it's not necessarily a no-tick, but there's no crashing on the guards trying to make a come around anymore.
That's right.
Like so, it's I don't know if the rule's labeled proper. It's you're not allowed to
don't
your
touch
lead,
the guard.
Yeah, your lead can't cash on a wide come around anymore. It's just adding insult to injury at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, you threw it, you dumped your throw, so we're going to remove your rock.
Yeah, I think it's a very subtle insult that the sport has grown into some of the leads.
Hard curl.
Going hard on a hit here.
Oh, almost an opportunity to actually make the slash double there had they
held her straight a bit. But
yeah, it's an interesting point on that one. Like maybe you recognize that one. Hey, I'm hitting this on the outside regardless. I'm never going to hit the nose. Let's go for the plan. Go for the plan B and make the other one. Like you're rolling out no matter what. And something we just have to accept those results sometimes. Going like, you know what, this is rolling out. There's no way we're saving this. Like I'm a solid 220 almost. I lean thinking I'm carving rocks some days. I don't think I'm carving a rock, let alone and
probably not.
Yeah.
And maybe certain situations, but not. Usually it has to be hack weight or less, right? So
that's kind of been my.
You're not really doing much board, maybe, but when I see these guys trying to carve it when they're running, throwing normal hits or peels down there, like never gonna happen.
No, but like
you're better off to hope it picks.
But in curling, we always think we can do something.
Yeah, might as well try, I guess. So that's an interesting call going to the center here. Kind of grouping the rocks a little bit. I might have went up, could have considered peeling that corner guard.
That might have been the, you're right, that could have been the call. Because right now you are given this opportunity to hit and flop in front. With this end shaping up a little bit more, you are given that opportunity to red here, to keep a few in play and potentially keep them in play. And especially if you get a roll in front, you're probably within a foot in front of this other yellow, which is you know, it's not a freeze, but it's almost as good as a freeze in some cases. So.
Now I got to tell her she did get that one going a
10-8.
bit. Unfortunately, but now it's a different situation. Now it is a potential steal opportunity. Mike throw up a center guard here, block that one. That's a great rock, top 4.
Mm-hmm.
3.
You're right, and that might be a good one to protect. Like you're gonna that roll in off the side is not an optimal play early in an end. Like if you're gonna roll into the back 4, now you're still keeping that controls in the front. And you're always that thing's getting chopped out of there inevitably.
It's real tough to even roll for shots. So
yeah, they throw something right around the T on the ATB sign, and Team Red's gonna have an opportunity to score, but they're gonna have a tough time manufacturing a deuce or getting themselves an opportunity to get out for a blank at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, Abby.
They're gonna get Abby to try and make her carve it a bit here, but it will finish up a little bit here. It just depends if it might be a little heavy here. Yeah, it's coming right in the rings now.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
So a good opportunity for Red here to, you know,
5-7.
smash a few things, get stuff moving,
She's
and get themselves an out here. And
might get all 3 here.
You got it.
Might be lined up to get all 3 and the roll.
it's close. Yeah, I think the drag effect, depending if they hit this on the nose, if they hit this anywhere to the
Broom side.
I'm going to say on the left-hand side, the inside bit, it should drag it back past that one. But if they hit it on the outside and roll towards corner,
They got a chance.
there's a small opportunity. Yeah. But
It's real close here.
yeah,
Real close.
something.
Oh, just hit it on the nose. Could have played the roll and the triple all at the same time there.
Yeah, it would have been.
That would have been a hell of a shot.
Oh yeah.
Control.
But they're happy to make the double. They're out of trouble a little bit now. They know it's not a hard score, just
Well, now
trying to figure out a way to generate their deuce.
yeah. Now even though yellow's going to sit 2, you move that rock up and out of the 4-foot. Now you're scoring zone. You can hit that back one and maybe try to roll in behind even the one top 12 now. Now you can play around. You got your 8-foot back. And
Yep. Control. Yep. Control. Yep. Control.
So control weight they're throwing here somewhere around 10-5 from hog line to hog
Good
line.
sweep, Beth.
We're assuming what
She just
normal
a little tight.
control is
Okay.
out there, but I mean air control could be totally
Good
different.
call.
It's up to the team.
This one.
I don't know if we have control in our Wednesday night team. Everything's we've decided that we've made everything a derivative of hack.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, you throw your light hack, you throw your normal hack, you throw
Similar weight.
your hack plus, you throw double hack if you need to move something around a little bit more, and then you throw really big hack if you need to peel something.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
See, every team has their own lingo.
yeah, I don't think we've got Skipper bought into it, but on the other half, we've
We've
decided
decided to
we-
make your shot, he's happy.
yeah. We don't think we know what bumper is anymore, so we just decided that bumper is just a bigger hack. So if we put a little bit of ambiguity out into the calls, which is what curling really is at the end of the day.
All right. Wait.
So that was great shot. Almost got the roll. Like they were definitely on the right side of it in terms of that. And certainly yellow here.
Trying to play nose hit here,
Yeah.
stick around.
Nose hit, but it gives Red's going to have that nose and roll opportunity now to sit in front of the T line on the next shot. So actually, probably for Red, an advantage to maybe not to roll behind that yellow behind the T line so much as save it for this shot. Now you can go and control the button if you get your roll.
That's right. There you go. Now they'll play the hit and roll for DeSchiffart here.
Yeah, and now you're.
Did you see me
Sometimes
almost
it's
fall?
good just to play a couple
No.
shots just
Are you
to
okay?
just to bring that stone forward in the rings a little bit before you make your optimal roll.
Look at me too.
Pride is not okay.
Or if you don't make it the first time, that's how you look at it.
Exactly.
You know what? We're better off making this next time.
It's close here. They like the throw.
Little up.
Playing three-handed today is going to be tough if they have to play all 3 games with only 3. That's a lot of sweeping.
Yep.
Trying to make it curl here a bit.
It's a little
Might
bit
roll,
big for
might
weight,
stay
but
behind the corner.
Yeah.
Just hang on at the edge.
Okay.
Just trickled out. Looks like it's out to me. We got a great camera work by Zach Duncan over here. Super spare for Team Brown on Thursday night. Came up, played lights out,
Sorry.
scored a 7-ender on Thursday night men's here.
no way.
Yeah, Zach and I played with my team.
Oh. The only time I've seen a 7-enders, I got one stolen against me once.
Yeah, I you know, it's funny. The team we played on Thursday scored 7 on me back in 2006, High River Sheet 4.
Yeah.
And I've never slept since, so I got it back on Thursday night, and everything's calm in the world again.
Yeah. I'm trying to think back to when mine happened. I think it might have is Alberta Winter Game Playdowns up in the Peace Country, and I think High Prairie. Like
Wow.
it's one of we used to drive through it all the time when we had to come down from up north, but I think it's like one of the few times I've ever stopped in High Prairie. But Scott Webb, who's still competing out on the men's circuit,
yeah.
and
We'll be
we're
playing against him at the Playdowns.
yeah,
up
we
in
will.
Grand
Yeah.
Prairie.
Yep.
Okay.
So Scott's still around. I played with his at that time his younger brother was playing with him, Greg, and then myself and Greg curled together. We played in the a lot of the U18. Well, considered now U18. Back then it was called intermediate or juvenile or something.
like that, yeah.
We won a provincial and Western Canadian championship. Similar type of field play down where they invite people from other provinces.
Yeah.
Way back in like 2001. So dated myself 20 years ago.
Time ago.
But but talking about concentrated talent on teams, I think I was in grade 5 because now I remember the whole thing because I was in grade 5 and I got a couple of my school buddies that sat near me that I sort of hung out with when, hey, come curl with me in this thing, and their parents like, yeah, go curl. You're in grade 5, go and have fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be competitive,
Yeah.
half the guys maybe curled 0 times before.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one shot went like between the boards off to another sheet at one point in time.
See
Anyway.
that on Thursday night men's as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So anyway, we gave up a steal of 7.
Oof.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want to be
So
on
that
this
would have been
side of
around
center.
1997 or something too. So that's a long time. That's a long time ago. But you never forget.
The
There's moments in your life you never forget, and that's one of
You
them.
know what? That I stole 8 on a guy one time,
Ooh.
and it's the only time I've ever scored an 8-ender. And I
That deserves a
swore
book.
It's pretty
I
close.
would
We're
never
a little out.
praise
Locker
or
room.
celebrate an 8-ender. It's the worst feeling for the other team. It's the dumbest thing in our sport is that we praise someone else missing 8 shots.
Oh.
Because really, that's the only way it happens.
Whoa.
So it's like it's funny. I have a team here. I won't mention names. Played in a ladies' bonspiel here in Okotoks,
Okay, that's
like
fine.
quite a few years
I'll
back,
take
and they
one.
gave up an 8-ender. And the other team, of course, were celebrating, taking pictures.
Good judge.
That ladies' team never played a bonspiel again. They were devastated. They were so embarrassed.
Maybe
I'm
I
like,
should have had them bring
I
it back
think
a bit more.
I need to stop celebrating 8-enders.
I should have
this
had them
has
bring
to.
it back a bit more.
I don't think we should.
Oh, I think you can celebrate it over beer upstairs after.
That's
Maybe
about
you
it.
shouldn't do it
Yeah,
on the
I
ice.
wanted
That's
to
Yeah.
it.
try to
Take
somewhat
pictures
of
of it
a
on the
little bit
ice
more.
and
It curls a lot at
put
the
it into
end.
magazine.
I don't know if it just
I don't
grabs
think
you
it
a
doesn't do
little
it for
wide.
me.
I think I had
That's just my opinion. And I have scored an 8-ender. And the funny thing is, I ignored taking the picture. But one of the girls on my team, it was a mixed game. She was on that team that gave up that 8-ender. So she was all for taking pictures and rubbing it on those poor people that gave up the 8-ender.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
I just.
I have an 8-ender story to tell after this shot here, but the great opportunity for Red here to make a double and get out of this. And Yellow didn't really have a great opportunity to do anything different than draw where they did.
Jammed it there, but did roll behind, semi behind the corner a little bit.
Yeah. So this can go one of two ways. Like they either set themselves up to maybe have a double for a deuce down the road, but obviously I think Yellow's going to be able to hit this. But they did have the opportunity to make a double and set up the blank for the end again. Like,
Okay, sorry.
but Yellow didn't have anything else they could really do besides try to draw another one behind it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Red can come and just put one in behind it themselves and set up sneaky skipper deuce as well. So
Got to be careful of the jam back here. I don't know if they even looked at that rock with the back. If it jams nose on there, it might stay for second. So you got to be a little bit careful.
yeah, well, even if it jams, the shooter's rolling back probably towards the B or somewhere around where that broom is. So a jam means it's there, which means there's another nose double available.
That's right.
Which,
Got to be
that's-
careful.
Okay. They're a little less.
Yeah, so I had years back playing in Edmonton. I played with a family called the Harpers. Hugh was the dad, and then Dave and Aaron. Dave subsequently, he lives in BC. Actually went to a Briar a number of years back since moving to BC. And then a fellow Dan Sherrard was sparing for us one night because I worked shift work, so there's odd night that I couldn't make the game. And I get this text about the game roughly about an hour into the game, so I'm like, oh, okay, like they're letting me know that things went sideways.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know if it was gonna hit it. Oh, it was good. Okay.
There you
Good
go.
talk there.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
got this sorted out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get this text about like what should be an hour into the game. I'm sitting on a control panel in a refinery and whatever, and I'm just doing my thing, doing my little Homer Simpson, my best Homer Simpson that I lived most of my life as, and one, I think I got texts from like 2 different people telling the same story. So basically, like, the one night that I don't show up is the boys just went super aggressive, and this is at the Avon which was a notoriously straight ice, like 16 seconds, foot of curl at best kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, they scored an 8-ender on the night I wasn't there.
Oh, the one chance you missed out.
Yeah, and like I'm really good at telling stories for a long time, but if you could ever dial in Hugh Harper to tell this story, it's awesome, and he loves telling it, and I love listening to it. Because it's this whole setup. Like they got the little mind games. Like, you know what? If we do this, we'll kind of trick the other team into not playing this. Like it's a.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
You know what?
Great
This
shot.
is spin it off the top. Oh, great shot.
Great shot. Good one.
Yep.
Upper single there.
So.
Yeah, all those 8-ender stories are definitely interesting for sure. How they develop over the end, and
Yeah, some of them sneak up, and some of them people have they got a little bit more strategy put into it sometimes, and it's all
strategy
fun to
in the
hear.
one I scored 8. The poor guy kept drawing through this hole thinking he could get one in there and kept throwing it heavy. So, and I watched the rock come down, and I'm like, oh my God, it's in the hole again, and it's heavy again. We're going to score 8. I just turned my back. I couldn't even watch. I fell for it.
Take it? Who take it?
It reminds me of Peace Country Kenny Powell. If anyone knows Kenny, he's telling me this story that now probably occurred 35 years ago, because I'm sure when he told it to me 20 years ago, it was already a 20-year-old story. But somebody had the shot for the win, and he goes, everybody upstairs picked up their drink and backed away from the glass.
Really?
That thing was cruising.
Jesus. Oh, yeah. I guarantee if I ever have a chance someone score 8 on me, there's no pitcher happening. That rocks are gone before I get a chance. Well, what
should we listen in on
the?
Should we listen in on the break here?
That's what they say here. They're taking a little 4th end break. We're going to take a pause. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Emma just made a really good double to score our one. So it's a tie game, and let's just take that momentum and just keep going.
Yeah.
So we have 4 ends to play.
Yep.
Okay?
Tied. New game.
Yeah, exactly. 4-end game all of a sudden. So what do we want to do here?
I can't. We're in. If we put it in, they might ignore it. True.
I don't think they
if
will.
If it's top, if it's biting the 4 foot, she'll hit it.
Yeah.
If it's in the 8 foot, she won't.
But try for top 4.
I think so. Just make them delay it.
Yeah.
And then, like the second end here, we ended up drawing instead of peeling. Later in the game here, we should maybe peel.
Yeah.
Oh, also, their lead is starting 7.
Yeah,
So if we're
I
on
wrote it down. I wrote it down. Good eye. I saw that too.
Well, she yelled it, so I was like,
yeah, exactly.
oh.
So, but I mean, she's come up late on that draw with that rock.
Yeah. Every time. Okay, so that rock's really bad then.
You know, it's good suspicion. Okay, so throw the 7. Get iron on the 1.
Do you want to throw it first, Abby? Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Sucks on get out of the way.
I mean, it's.
Okay.
I don't know.
Here we go.
We'll see.
Pro plus, right? Stay focused.
Yeah.
Okay, watch for changes in the ice conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah. We're hammer. Oh yeah, they got one.
Yeah, nice job. You're really investing. Great.
Oh, thanks.
Exactly what we said the focus on. So beautiful.
Yeah. I like this ice a lot more than that one. So.
It seems a little more consistent.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little easier to figure out.
You want to sit with me?
Like there isn't any runs or anything like that. So.
Trying to go by you?
Oh.
Admittedly, we're not throwing one down straight.
Yeah, definitely.
All of her rocks always have stuff on it. Yeah. She always has hair coming off her. She does. Yeah. Did you see her black sweater thing? Yeah, it's full of hair. She's lots of hats.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that separate. It's like you hung out with the cats for a weekend. Huh?
Like when she would?
When Abby was babysitting the cat?
Oh, yeah.
4-7.
You got it. Line's good. Close. Line's good. 3. Line's good. Running. We're running. Amber's wrong. 3, 4. Whoa.
Yeah, I think
we're in.
it's in.
We're for sure in.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it here.
Okay, well, we're back for the second half of this game
think we're there
against
already.
DeSchiffart versus
Fourth
McMahon.
down.
Gotta let-
It was a great first half, tied up at 2-2 after 4 ends of play.
Okay.
And good point you brought up there in the break about their conversation, because these teams are playing pretty quick. They played an hour to play 4 ends, had their break, and they're back on the ice right away.
You commented that. We played almost a 3-hour game the other night in league play. And like,
Whoa.
we got to figure ways around us, and it looks like the
Maybe
the juniors are starting young and playing
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 quick.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, the concern was all the conversation might slow it down, but you're right. I mean, they're talking about stuff so there's not as much chatter during the end.
Yeah,
So
aligning on
good.
some thought process. What are we doing? What are we thinking? Like everyone's got that in their mind now before the end starts, versus having to communicate that end to end, yelling at
I
each
kinda
other,
like this better.
convening,
Yeah,
that
I
kind
like
of
that
stuff.
better.
So we're seeing there's certainly some, and especially listening into the coaches, there's really valuable talk happening in those quick chatters at the hog line between ends. But it allows the team to flow.
Hit this one.
Flow through the next end where we've probably lived in the past where we've had a lot of chatter.
Run down there, yell down there, drive you nuts.
Yeah, and then no one hears each other anyway.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're going to try and – so Team DeSchiffart got their 2 rocks up there. I think they went for the corner. Team McMahon went
slid
for
into
the
the
guard, for the corner guard, just slid into the rings.
yeah, which kind of like kills the offense for the end there.
Yeah, but
With
you know
the-
what?
Whoa.
Team McMahon won't be disappointed if they get a blank here.
Yeah.
This is hanging out there, though. A little full.
Yeah.
Is it touching it?
That's okay.
Just chiseled it.
I got a
Oh.
10.
She slid wide.
Just a little wide there.
Or we just
I like.
Yeah, I don't mind a center guard here. I mean,
They're like
You're looking
this
for the
one's just
force.
slightly behind, like further
Yeah,
back.
no, and I like a kind of tight
they
guard here.
roll
Maybe
into
put her
it.
Yep.
kind of in the ATB range here.
I like the 3.
3.
I'm going to say likelihood, even on a men's team right now that's probably trying to throw a 6-second peel, that's still a flat double.
oh,
and
yeah, that's real
so
tough.
and even if you do it, you're probably clunking into the side of it. So your guard, you're going to throw the guard that.
Well, no matter what happens, if you throw up the center guard, you'll probably always have it to get out,
turned it in a little.
to get
Yeah.
yourself out of jail. So
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for Team
I
Red to
like-
kind of
love
set
the
up
call.
the force and potential steal, because you do own a little bit of the forefoot right now, which is tough to get back.
Whoa, then whoa.
Whoa. 16-5. Set. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Not
all right.
bad.
A little
Very
edge,
good spot,
yeah,
yeah.
edge on edge. We certainly seen a couple shots here we were watching the first end a little bit where teams weren't quite getting that inside roll down that side. So you've really protected. The edge on edge is enough there that any hit trying to get into that one in the forefoot is kind of probably
Real
spinning out
hard.
by a couple inches,
Yep.
which will give you roll it out probably to the 8 foot is considered a good shot on that at this point, but it gives you a chance to spill yourself back into the forefoot on the next one. But
So Team opponent's going to try and hit and roll towards the center here. Try and get under that center guard that was just put up at Team DeSchiffart. Get some action over here on sheet 4. Great camera work by our producer today, Zach Duncan. Trying to get out of trouble here. Looks like 2 reds. They have yellow sitting 3rd and 4th shot over there. And that's Team Fenton taking on Team Whiff over there. Of course, the UFC
She slid
team.
tight.
So going for the double. Not sure if that guard's in play. Actually, looks like he's going off his yellow to try and score his one, I believe.
This
Tough shot, though.
Any relations? Fenton was one of the fellows from the States that was competitive for a number of years. Is it not?
No, Fensky.
Fensky.
Or no, Fesky.
Fesky.
Or,
Okay.
what was it?
Maybe it was Fenton.
No, it was
I know we got Google in front of us, so we're going to talk this out.
Stetsky, wasn't it? Was there
this-
another Fenton, too?
I thought there was a Fenton.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, I
thinking,
could be wrong.
what was it? His son plays now.
Huh.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll remember. Someone can let us know by a comment.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of think like we got an online community to call us out on anything we get wrong here. This is an absolutely
There it is.
fantastic shot by Team Red here. Christmas tree that behind that guard. Yellow's gonna have to do a lot of work right now to even get a solid sniff at scoring.
Oh yeah, now they're trying to just peel the center, I believe, with that ice.
Yeah.
Or maybe trying to sneak by.
Yeah, not a lot of weight, which kind of opens you up to the risk of keeping one in front. But looks like maybe they got the angle proper here.
A good shot.
You know what? Anything made with the right angle, you can throw any weight at it.
9-8.
Exactly.
She's sliding tight again.
We've all seen the hack weight triple.
You got it, Emma.
Oh,
More weight
exactly.
doesn't always mean accuracy.
No, you're right. So DeSchiffart will just throw up another guard here, trying to guard that one top 8 foot.
Yep.
Take away the double.
I
I
think
don't mind showing him a little sliver of the one on the 4 foot. That's
Yep.
the 8 foot one is the dangerous rock right now.
Yeah, I think anything here, as long as you're covering the center line side of this right now, because everything, like we talked about the Christmas tree before, everything's rolling back off to the outside.
5.
Maybe the danger here is getting a little bit tight to this and allowing them to run and split. They don't have to clear a triple here, but they just need to clear stuff off that 4 foot and the 8 foot.
Okay.
Well, there you go. There's a mistake for Team McMahon to get out of trouble here.
Yeah, that's a good opportunity. Yeah, it's a good
It's supposed
opportunity.
to be a guard. Now they have a chance for a
Just on the
double of
nose.
some kind. Might be able to make the double and roll on top of the red. Either double's fine. Just make 2 rocks go away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
timeout called by the coach.
No,
Let's see
I
what the
think
coach
so.
has to say.
It's just about the question, just
We
putting the
gotta,
broom
like,
on
get
the
in
inside half of that, like,
Okay.
because if you're gonna throw it from the inside out throw where the broom initially was, you can end up hitting the one on the top, rolling over top of the one in the top 4 foot, and not ever actually jiggling stuff up to your benefit.
That's right.
Whereas this one here, you really probably should take the outside in turn. And
Normal.
this is interesting.
He's playing the one on the
Yeah.
8 foot that
Okay.
he's worried about that one being.
Yeah.
I still think you could maybe turn this into an offensive situation. You play the other double and roll on top of that
Yeah.
red.
Well, that was my thought. Is if you play the outside in on the top one, what you're slashing that top one and one of the 2 other ones, and you might even get a tickle off of a couple things and splash it around. And
This one is setting up for a force. He knows him. Yeah, you make the double, but then DeSchiffart just noses back.
yeah, and then you split the house up, and
Exactly.
you're forcing a draw to the 4 foot, which for most of us is hard to do at
9-6.
any given time to start with. So
Well,
Sweat.
it rolled over. DeSchiffart probably going to have to hit that. That actually worked out not bad.
Yeah.
So,
That's okay.
I'd have to hit, but you're still you're still forcing the button is the
Yeah.
only thing that you can hit throw to here right now.
I guess their conversation was probably go hard for the force here, and this will guarantee the force making a nose hit here. Split the rings.
Yeah, keeping this one in play is pretty key.
Oh, yeah. Have to nose hit this. Can't roll it.
No.
Great throw. Oh, rolling back towards the center.
Okay. Good.
That's good.
It's interesting.
bad.
You know what?
No triple.
No. The big one is you want to keep it in the rings so that you can't run a double and let them sit one. You want to keep another one in the rings that they have to chase around. And that might be good enough for the force here.
But it's interesting because if they do make the double, they're going to have to negotiate that red that just rolled back 8s on there. So we'll see.
That's true.
First, make this double.
Yeah. But now the blank's back in play. Like
Blank is
know-
back.
yeah,
Definitely black in play right now.
And then red has to make a very delicate shot to try to keep sitting 2. If they can do it, that's great, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Close here. Close here.
9-6. She's sliding
Six.
tight.
Sweep that a little bit, I think.
Like, up 10.
I'm going to hit and roll back to the middle. Nose hit's fine here.
oh yes, yeah. With only 2 more yellows to come here, you've gotten through the bit of trouble where you might.
Yeah, there's probably no deuce happening now, but
Okay, just
No.
roll on top.
Keep.
With
You got
10.
it. Just a 10.
the only thing you roll a little bit on top, you might set up the triple.
That is true.
Nose
but if
hit,
you,
I don't
if
think
you do
there's
set
a
up the triple, it's still you're kind of just bonking that yellow one out of there, and it's a force situation. But yet, yeah, you might set the triple, set the blank up again. So
Exactly.
I think probably nose hit is your ideal situation here because it takes that triple
Yep.
situation
No
out.
triple and your nose hit here.
Clean. Yep.
Great throw. Nice clean throw.
Yep. You know what? I really like the weight there too.
Really
That's a
good.
nice controlled weight. They made exactly what they called, which is great, great team
I don't know if there is
communication
one
and
that way.
execution on that.
Not that we'd stay, I don't know.
If we try the double, we're probably gonna roll.
We're sitting here talking
Okay.
about the little strategy of where exactly you want to
think-
hit there, but they made a decision and they executed it, and that's
Like if we
It's a
just
great
off
throw.
nose it, we're gonna
that's
go
something to
back.
celebrate.
And then this will go that way.
Well, we talk about strategy, so if they go back and watch their game, they know what not to
Yeah.
do
But do you ever,
by
like,
what
kinda
we
hear
say,
it?
right?
Or is that too?
I've always gone back
If
to
I
watch
do
any
that,
games
she's
that are
gonna freeze
broadcast
me or
on,
hit me.
figure out what I should have done.
Yeah.
I like doing
I
this.
say that a little bit facetiously.
Just normal.
Most of the time, it's like, what was I thinking?
Just
It's
off.
kind of funny. I don't
Like-
go back and watch anything.
No.
That's just I think
Or,
it's more so I just don't
sorry,
have the
yeah,
time to
just
do
off
it. But
nose.
I also I'm just not that interested. I experienced it once already,
I-
but
They're hitting that
but the
one on
boys,
that one, on that one.
boys I
Yeah.
play with, I think they go back and watch a lot of our own games, and they watch a lot of other curling that's on YouTube, and they start bringing something up, and I'm like, oh, boys, I'm a goldfish over here. Like I've let that go a long time ago.
Doing normal. Just off nose, it should get the back two going.
Did it cost me
Okay.
$10,000? Did I?
And then
Yeah,
the one we're
exactly.
hitting
did I
should
did I
spill
hurt
to the
somebody?
side.
Nope. All right,
We're good.
moving on.
So she said she might get the back to here just off nose.
Mm.
I mean, I just gotta move shit around up there, so.
It's the right attitude. I like that.
Yeah, I don't hate to hear it.
We're doing normal.
She just wants to make sure her scoring path is free and she can draw one in there for a single. She has to.
Yeah. That's just called being real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good point. Like they might get the back one there, they might jam, but if they keep their shooter around, maybe something lines up to
Good.
set up maybe a chance for a deuce. But
Clean.
chances are here that
Yeah.
no matter where this ends up, Red's just gonna be able to
I
rip
like
this
the
yellow
throw.
out.
She's close here.
Yes.
Really got to go. Really got to go. Oh, had to
Okay,
sweep
two.
that basically the whole way. Anywhere high side there would have made three
I
rocks
don't want to
move.
hit it.
Yeah, no,
I think we're fine.
Now,
I think if she executed on what she said in the hack, she would have been good.
We still get one. We're still getting one.
I think they just had to sweep that. Kind of missed the line call a little bit there. I thought she threw that pretty good.
No.
Well, now if DeSchiffart throws one up
No.
biting the forefoot right in the middle, it's a
And if we're
tough
here,
score.
That's fine. Like if we out-count, I mean, if we're not out-counting
I think
it,
even here, like you could end
Yeah.
up a foot outside the
I like
rings and just
playing
cut off this
whenever
draw
that's-
situation. But you know what? I'm wrong about
That's
that.
okay.
Because if you end up a foot outside the rings, then you
They're-
can probably nose double and
Yeah.
So
I
they
don't
need to
think
be
we wanna
in the
touching
rings.
center
Like go
line,
right
like, we
top
wanna be on
four,
that
side by side. Just no hold to draw through the hole, and it's a real tough score. Might even be possible to score.
Okay, just bite top four.
Oh, there you
Top
go.
eight's okay here.
Good
All right,
call.
it's like 15. You got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I really like about this, and I hope that my curling team is listening to this. That was great communication. Came down. What is your plan A? What is your plan B? I think even at our ranks, we don't talk about that enough, and that's so key to give that communication to your sweepers. What are we doing? I'm bought in. I understand what's going on, and that was a great communication call to come down and say this is what we're doing, and this is what our second option
Yeah,
is.
don't just assume your sweepers know exactly what you want it. So
Yep.
make sure you communicate it.
Yeah, it's it
Gotta
just
go
gives
here
everyone the
for
knowledge. Gives everyone the knowledge to know what they need to do to execute on the call.
Gotta go here for weight. She's going a real good job sweeping here, dragging this a long way. But like you said, I'd probably leave this short now.
Yeah.
Well, now what does she do? I think she has to hit the yellow into the red here.
I think you have to because you got an opportunity to score 2 doing that now,
Yeah, you could.
and at a
Yeah.
very
That's
minimum,
alright.
you're
Worst
eliminating
case,
one
you
of
give
them.
up one.
Yeah. So I
It's
don't
okay.
know if I agree with the draw here.
Especially being in the fifth end.
Yeah.
And getting forced to one is not terrible, but getting a 2 steal would be.
Yeah,
is not-
yeah.
So I'd probably bang that yellow into the red there, and probably maybe pick off the back, get her deuce. It's only a nose hit, really.
Yeah, I think it's one of those the risk is low to go for that versus what you're doing here because you're throwing at that you're highly likely to get rid of one red one at a minimum.
Exactly.
You got a potential to score your deuce. This,
It's a tough shot.
yeah, it's
Well, you get. I mean, she
Live and
she's
learn,
made a
right?
lot of
But,
shots, so I
yeah.
suspect she'll be closer.
yeah, maybe
what
after all
happens.
there is an opportunity for someone to come back and listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but this is learning as well, which is, you talk about having coaches out there that get some more kind of real-time impact. But, for a lot of us that have played, we've made these, call it mistakes
Yeah.
or call it learnings,
Well,
opportunities.
it's only a mistake, you can say.
yeah,
They're
like-
all good if you make them.
I think it's close.
Oh,
I love a skip that loves to be able to draw the 4 foot too,
Yeah.
so I don't fault anybody for that.
No, if you can call this and this is what you're comfortable
Lots
with,
of
then, let's just kind of hope for the sake. The
Close.
line's good, but
Yeah.
we'll see what the weight
Closer.
does here.
It looks real close here.
Sit down.
But that's really
Wow.
delicate. Ooh.
I think she might have made it.
I don't know. I think we got to call in Stesky.
Oh.
We got to call in Stesky. He's the official measure boy of the
Oh,
Grand Slams. So
we're
we got to get
miss-
him in here.
No, buddy, we have Dead-Eye Deb McLaren usually here, but she's not. She might be watching. I like the throw. What a great shot. I think
Yeah.
she made it. Zach?
Oh, it's over there.
Zach, you can't
We're
just go
measuring.
with
Don't
nothing,
touch
okay? You
that.
have to have an opinion. I'm saying yellow.
What are we doing here? Can we zoom out
You're
just a
saying red?
tidge?
Ooh.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh, maybe it's not yellow. I don't know. What a great throw, though, by the skip there. I gotta
Is this
say.
the draw for the blank? Are we seeing the mythical draw for the blank?
Oh, wow. If that ever
You've
happened
seen it once?
right now, I'll tell you.
Well, you've done it once.
That's
even rarer than the 8-ender.
That'd be a great way to blank it in right now if it was a tie.
Oh, I would. There's a few things I want to witness in my life, and more so than a hole-in-one. The 8-ender,
Thank you.
whatever.
I like
I
yours.
want to see the draw for the
Love
blank.
pink.
Oh,
I
man.
want to see
This
it
could
happen
be
once in my
right
life.
here.
And they might not know it, but this would be one of the most epic. Well, if it was called. If it was called, it's a different story.
Okay, so there we go, Zach. What do we got there? Just about to the second notch, maybe. And then,
Okay, yellow.
wow. Who needs Dead-Eye Deb? Zach, you're 0 for 1, buddy. You know, stick to just running the camera, okay? What a great shot by the skip there to get her single. Look, see, we're all doing all that talking. Really meant nothing when you make your shot. From
Yeah.
that.
No, you're moving on. The scoreboard looks the same regardless of how it happened.
Yeah, great shot.
And I think that's the biggest thing is you made decisions, but there's a number on the board. You move on. You get
She
ready
never
for the next
doubted
one.
it once. Put the broom down, played the draw. And sweepers didn't touch it. Those are my favorite rocks to sweep as a sweeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they stopped right in there for 1.
I was like, oh.
Well, we're moving on to N6. Team Mahonen is up 1 with a score of 3-2 over DeSchiffart. What else we got going on over here?
Yeah, see, there's a little bit of a. Well, your scoreboard's a little more spread out than some other scoreboards, so
Sorry,
it looks like a run.
McMahon,
It looks
yes,
like a
right,
runaway on sheet
McMahon.
1, but they're really only up by 3. So,
McMahon, I apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. What do we got on sheet 1? Team Shannon's up 5-2 on. Who are we playing out there? Lind, I think it is.
yeah, but yellow has hammer chance to get back into this. So
And then we've
with
got
that. Oh, coach almost. Yeah,
Palm
coach is safe.
Palmdeli on sheet 3 is up 3-1 on Richards.
Okay.
And then over on sheet 4, those pillars are always in the way.
No one has more than 3 points. I can tell you that much.
If you do
There's a
need
few
some
blanks.
updates, you can go onto the Curling Alberta website and all the scores are posted there. And then
Yeah.
over on sheet 5, we have Bowles is up 6-1 on Team Cook. And on sheet 6, it's a 2-2 tie between Hlusak and who's he playing over there? Man, I need some glasses.
What do we got going on?
Dirkskin? Is that who's over there? What's
Dirksen
Dirksen?
and Halushak. I got that right.
Oh, yeah, Dirksen. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have just looked at the draw, I guess.
You know, I get impressed with now being out of the junior ranks for.
Oh, look at Zach. Hold on. Look
Okay,
at
what's
Zach.
going on
We
here?
got Team Fenton is up 4-0 on
Oh,
Team
well,
Whiff over there on sheet
That just
4.
went. That just went up after I told you no one scored
Yeah,
more than 3.
I know.
Now I can
But
see it.
great camera work, Zach. Like all these years we've been trying to look around those pillars. We could have just had our producer put the camera there so we knew what was going on.
You know what? I've been looking forward to the point in life that I just got a guy that looks after stuff on the side for me.
Man, Zach. Who needs Bruno?
Can you pull this up?
Forget Bruno, and I'm sure he's paying attention.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you ever tune into any of like the Joe Rogan podcasts or whatnot.
A little bit, but not a ton.
No, once in a while I tune into something with someone interesting, and it's fun. But he's got this producer named Jamie, and everyone in there just starts using him as, hey Jamie, pull this up. Hey Jamie, do this. Hey Jamie, do that. So
we never do that around here, do we, Zach? Never.
That's the first time for it. We can start.
McMahon here, up 1, playing the 6th end. This has been a great battle back and forth here.
Yeah, I think based on what we're seeing, we're going to see something coming down to. I imagine we're probably going to see a last shot, probably a hit somewhere in the 8 foot for the win, inevitably for one team, or a draw to the 4 foot for the win.
Well, and these
It's just
teams
the way
know
it's
they're on
shaping
TV right now, so they're playing nice and quick and decisive. Like, wow.
Yeah, putting on a good demonstration for how the sport should be played.
Exactly.
Okay, just leave it there.
That's a good center, Derek.
You know what?
Can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
It's on the center line.
It's not that bad.
So
Yeah, it's a start.
kind of took away a little bit of the corner guard. Tougher draw through a port here, but it is there.
It's
So if
just
you're
gonna be tricky to get rid of those, but
If you're red right now, do you come around and try to get that top 4 foot and own the 4 foot early, or do you use your corner? And
I think you use your corner here for once. That's why you put it up
Okay,
there.
touch more.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We
If you're
often
gonna put it there,
put one up there and
you
never use it.
Yeah. This is the shot to use it. I wouldn't use it if it was one later, but I'd use it right now. For sure.
Okay. I
was
like the
me.
call. Yeah.
I love the call here.
Also,
They like the weight. They like the line here.
right only. Yep.
It's close here.
Yep. Hard him up.
Got to go for line.
Yep.
Looks like she's by.
Switch if you can.
Oh, it looks beautiful shot here.
Hard him
Yeah.
up. Hard. Curl. Go, 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 go.
You know what? For a
go,
one
go,
sweeper
go.
action, that's a great transition
Wow.
into moving over. And
Good throw.
but speaking of something we talked about earlier, and talking about how 2010 kind of changed the game a little bit, is that sweeping technique there
That's your board.
Yeah.
is
Okay.
something that there's men's teams 5 years ago that couldn't comprehend to make
No
that
idea.
transition,
Yeah.
and now you have your younger teams are doing these very
19-year-old kids that are doing it no problem.
and doing it the way it needs to be
Great
done.
footwork.
Yep.
Yeah.
So super cool, super great to see, and
Well, you
I'm
can
going to
see.
say
you can
kudos to the coaches, I guess.
Yeah. You can probably see about half of that rock from the hack. Maybe a third.
Yeah, I'd say at least that.
Trying to play a little hit and roll behind those yellows you put up, but got to go hard to get by the corner guard here.
Yeah, still got the free guard zone still in play here, right?
Can't touch the corner.
Roll it.
Uh-oh.
Get that out of there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, put that back up.
Oh,
Well, you
that-
have to take it off now.
yeah, the yellow's got to go be
So.
removed.
2-1. She just slid really tight.
See?
Non-offending team gets to decide what they want to do there.
I don't know exactly where it was.
Once in a while, you can kind of see where the ring was sitting on the ice, where the rock was sitting, but not always.
Usually when that happens, you're on the bubble there of the ice being dicey. So I don't like seeing it as an ice maker. I do see it sometimes too, but it's like
It's
we're
not
a
the
little
ideal
warm.
scenario.
We're a little warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
more than
so-
half, but
Yeah, this is
Pretty close to me.
I'm sure we can't throw video review on this to get it put back right.
Well,
but,
we do have instant replay, but we're way behind because Zach left us here. So
it's in there. Yeah, put another one on top of this, and life gets interesting.
Real
Yeah,
aggressive
yeah, yeah.
ball here. Real aggressive. You could easily come around the yellows on this one.
I don't hate this though.
No, I don't hate it either. This one's out there.
Curl. Line's good.
Going hard to get it a curl. There's nothing wrong with being short here either. Putting another corner up. Oh, close.
Good.
Great sweeping.
Good. 15-1.
15-1. That's
Oh.
fantastic sweeping.
Yeah.
Now, I guess she's ripping the card, peeling now.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really have much other choice.
Now she does have those two yellows staggered later on to bail her out if she continues to stay in trouble.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, like Red just has a couple kickers right now, but they don't have
That's right.
complete control of the
Exactly.
of the
Yeah.
end yet. So,
Whoa.
Straight peel here, it looks like.
well,
Oh, maybe not. I think she was great double. Did it get out of the
Almost.
rings?
I was a little worried when that froze to that, and with
Yeah,
the
she just
with the
flies.
overcurl that
Not
might get set up, but
That Wow.
Obviously, just wasn't quite there.
Well, I thought she was playing the peel. What do I know? Just playing the routine double. Well,
Well, I think this is maybe advantageous to red now because now it's spread around the house a little bit, and you still got your corner. And
Over adjusted.
just keep putting these in play.
those other teams are yelling out there right now. Can't hear the players talk.
Is that the boys yelling over there?
Yeah.
7. Line's good. 7, 6. Line's really good. Line's
Oh,
good.
looks
Just
real
here,
nice
just
here.
here. Just here.
So, interesting situation,
Good,
you know?
good.
Do you follow that down, or? I think she can still chase it. Although she's playing the peel again, so
Yeah,
it's one of those things. If you miss the peel, you get the back one, I guess.
Yeah, but if you don't play the peel, you're starting to risk giving up 3, maybe more. Like now you're just in full chase mode.
Yeah.
And this isn't exactly a great setup to be chasing right now. So don't hate this call.
Going hard for the curl here, so. Oh, going the other way. Uh-oh.
Oh, make the
Wow.
triple. Make the triple.
Oh, I think it just stuck
Well,
around. But that worked out pretty well.
So interesting. You got the nibbler over there, but is the top one not kind of in as well? So now you're forcing red to potentially have to play those top yellow ones. But my presumption right now is that red's sitting one and that yellow in the top is not in.
Yeah, maybe. We're going to get some great camera work here again. Just short of the rings, it looks like that yellow.
Oh,
so
okay.
red is shot for sure and coming around the corner.
It's a weird angle to look at it live. For me, it looks like it could be in from a couple inches just from sitting behind the glass. But yeah, great overhead camera work.
Line's good. 6.
Well, red is throwing the same shot 4 shots in a row basically here.
Well, great consistency on weight calls here. Weight.
Yeah. Which if you can just throw the same thing over and over and over through one end, you're going to see success at the end of it.
You'd say that, but you know I've watched it out there where you throw the same shot over and over, keep missing it too. So
There is that. But here they're making the shots.
I know
Yeah.
it's just impressive the abilities and the talent out there. Zach, okay, we believe it's out. Zach, we believe it's out. Okay, buddy, I trust you. Although I'm not asking for a call anymore because you're 0 for 1, Zach. 0 for 1. Okay, well we'll let you call it later after this. We'll give you a guarantee, so you're back to 500.
You get back to 50%. Yeah.
Do you like drawing the open side?
So that's interesting. I don't know if peel in the corner was maybe that time you had to play the one in the house based on red sitting 2.
I think so.
Yeah,
I feel like worse.
getting that corner is not help.
Oh.
It doesn't help you that
So-
much.
Sure, 2. Okay.
Oh, it's closer than you think, Zach. Hey, they're saying they looked at it a couple times.
We're like going in the middle.
So do you go around top 8 around the yellows, or because they're going to play a hit and roll?
It was one of my thoughts.
I don't know.
But then you might give more protection to the hit and roll for yellow behind
I know.
the bunch.
As long as you leave half open, you might have a little slash into it.
Yeah. I don't kind of hate this call where they're saying toss it off to the outside because like yellow is
Yeah,
Yellow
if they make the hit and roll, then you smash the double peel at the top.
Yeah.
And see what, and
Yeah.
That's
this isn't.
interesting.
Yeah,
Well, I don't mind this call either, though.
No.
If you tuck half,
And we're talking that if
I mean, a
something
hit
is
and roll's
executed
a nice
absolutely
job.
perfectly too, but
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if they tuck this one, they play hit and roll, but don't make it perfect. Your nose hitting somewhere back in the back of the ring, sit 3 and with one absolutely buried on the top 4 foot. So
the only thing is you can't slide deep here. You
No.
don't want to be deep here because if you leave a double off that one on the 4 foot or drop freeze on this one, they can take the whole end away from you.
yeah, if this slows up just a hair, the line's fantastic.
What a looks okay.
You know what? That's a very well executed shot. Yeah.
What do I say, deep? They don't miss. They don't miss.
And this roll gets harder now too. Like you can,
That's good.
I love it. Look at it. It's probably half open, 3/4 open. So
Oh.
if they make a perfect hit and roll, you just tap it into it.
Yep.
They don't realize how great that shot is.
you've got yourself quite set up.
Yeah, it's hard not to score 3 right now, especially this late in the end.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's what Wade keeps saying when he's on it, man. Yeah, Mike, you're absolutely right again.
You're going to do the hit and roll with board?
I'm sure he's listening in.
It's good you have a reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just try to roll it to the button if we can.
he's not here to defend himself, so I can say that.
Oh, yeah, what else can we trash him on?
Exactly. Oh. Could be here all day. Supposed to talk about curling games. So
I don't know, actually.
Wade did
I
get
love
beat on
that big
Thursday night, in case anybody's wondering about his Thursday night. He's like 4-4 now or something, and
Maybe
way down on the money list.
Maybe we could start like a post-game show where it's just the roast of Wade Johnson.
I love it.
We'll call in a few friends. Get a little
He's
few dial-ins.
He's got one or two out there.
Oh yeah, I can think of a few.
Yeah.
So big shot here, going for the hit and roll.
Tight.
Yeah. You know what? Like Red is going to have the opportunity regardless to score their 3 at this point. But if you can make a roll here, you're going to make it more difficult.
Yeah, that's all your goal is, make the shot tougher. And she's real close here.
Yeah. But really at this point, what
1-1.
really at this point, if you're Yellow, what you're trying to do is not just damage control, but you're trying to make that 3 the most difficult 3 that you have to throw at, and expose the opportunity to they might miss something. But you are Red's throwing for 3 at some point at the end of this descent.
Absolutely.
And you just
I'd probably play the same turn I just threw a minute ago if I was Red here. Lock one on top of that Red and guarantee
Your top 8.
All right, you got it. Touch
this
more
one.
than
They just
your
haven't.
last drop.
They haven't played this turn the whole end, so I'm sure they know it fine. But
one way or another, like you can say there might be a shot for 3, but it also just might be a shot for a deuce as well. Like maybe what you can do with this is like Yellow has that opportunity more, dial back, limit the damage, keep that one out in the wings, out of play somehow.
this might set up the natural just to nose hit run back here if you put this in the wrong spot.
That's a very real possibility.
You almost want this just nibbling the 8-foot half tucked.
Like life's really good for Red right now, but there is opportunity to expose yourself too.
100%.
So, yeah.
Well, she threw it exactly what she called.
Slow up a hair.
Sorry.
Oh,
all right.
Interesting now.
So if you're Yellow.
There you go. They're going to try and lock one on there.
Yep.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Get to the inside a little bit here. You take the whole thing away.
If you get to the inside of hair, then you absolutely kill the end. You might even you're
might
likely
even
to set up the
steal.
steal.
Yeah.
You're very likely at that
Hard
point.
to score here.
That's okay.
But if you're 2 inches or more in front of this Red, but still deeper than the one in the top 4, it's probably a nice slash for 3. little pick.
This will be close. We saw the draw in the last end there. So the old skip here for McMahon will be real close on her draw here. It's the exact same pass she threw in 5. She's coming the other way. Sweeper should know it. They judged the last one well, so. And the advantage of just watching DeSchiffart throw hers down there too. So this will be close.
Yeah, you really just want to do the same thing.
Little tight. Yeah, line.
Yeah, line.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, they're going hard to try and hold this out there.
Yeah. Hard line.
It's getting a little tight for weight too.
Yeah.
So right now is your damage control. You need to spill something in here.
Try to tap that one in a bit.
Okay.
Oh,
They really.
Okay, 5-7.
Zach, now you might have an interesting conversation later.
But it's still a draw for 3. So you got that now. So.
Oh, Zach.
But you kind of hope that you're setting this one up so it's a harder 3 than having the full house.
Yeah.
But,
Zach, the pressure's mounting here, buddy. The pressure is mounting.
Yeah, what's the call?
So I guess there's a little down.
He doesn't know what to do here. Look at him. He's stressing.
Yeah.
Zach, just because you made a mistake the first one, okay?
That'll do it.
We're giving you a chance to get out of it here.
All right. I'm putting I think this is, now that moved, I think is Yellow for sure. That's going to be my gamble.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ooh. Definitely Yellow. Zach's throwing it out there. So that little chisel might have saved a shot here. So DeSchiffart drawn for 3, though.
Aren't there apps that we can gamble on this kind of stuff now?
Probably is. You can gamble on anything. So and you don't have to tell me because the group I'm in is down money right now. If anybody's listening, Doug Gray.
The only way I'm making money gambling is the Oilers losing.
Got to go here.
They're good.
Go. Yeah, great throw.
Yeah, well managed by the team there.
So that's 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Zach, we don't care about your Oilers hat, okay? They're terrible.
I know. I'm a former season ticket holder. It's been a tough
season.
You know what? I didn't watch most as we transition.
Oh, they're saying red.
Oh.
Maybe I want to measure.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
this
gonna
is
throw
interesting.
the measure. Zach is. Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous here. You know, this is job security.
So last year, I didn't watch much hockey going into the first half of the year, and then towards the end, I kind of started tuning into the Oilers right when they started making the run into the playoffs. I'm like, you know what? This team's not that bad.
You're one of those fans, are you?
Well,
just when they're playing well.
I just moved to Calgary. I was busy.
It's all good.
I didn't have time to find a TV.
Okay.
Didn't realize I had cable actually for a while.
We might have to bring it in. Oh, does it not?
Oh, this is what Ginter's here for.
No,
Why is he not out measuring this?
The measuring shit.
Okay, yeah,
Stick has to go past. Yeah, there you go. No,
Well,
they measure their own rocks.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, I could call him Stetsky because he is the official measure boy of the Grand Slam of curling, and he's just living in Calgary now too. So we could call him up here, going, "Hey, we got a measure for you."
Yeah, I saw. You know, I had went on a golf trip with him last year. Him and I with the Benny
like
Hebert group, and
over 2.
over 2.
Yeah.
DeSchiffart thinks it's red. Zach Duncan, our producer, thinks it's yellow. Zach is 0 for 1.
That's
So
yellow
3?
by a mile.
3 it is. Zach raises his
I can take it
hands
back.
in joy. Celebration. He is now 1 for 1 today and back to the conversation of asked.
Yeah, put that in the
job.
stats.
We're
yeah.
going to ask him from now on. Way to go, Zach. DeSchiffart won't be happy with you, but
Yeah,
when
you're right,
is
you're right.
happy there. And you called it. You know, you chiseled that rock in a little bit, saved a point.
Yep. That was big, that's key because you put 4 on the board there, and like, if you're gonna miss a shot, don't completely miss it.
Yeah.
Do something. You saved yourself a point, which can keep you in the game. 4 at this point with going down 3 with 2 to go can be a really tough climb.
Yeah, now we're in a good there. You know, that end was played great by DeSchiffart. I mean, really
fantastic.
Going around the corner guard early.
Yep. Well, how many draws did they make that end?
Everyone everyone hit the rings anyway.
Yep, and everyone hit the rings right in the ballpark of where they needed to hit it. So, so that's great execution by the team there. And I think a lot of it comes down to when we're talking about the communication when they come down. Like, you hear the skips coming down going, hey, this is where I'm putting it. This is where I can make it, miss it. You got your you have one sweeper. You only have one person to communicate with. But, like, you give that information, and the sweeper can execute.
Yeah,
and
they did a great job of judging every rock there.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And if you make that many draws in a row, you're going to see success.
It's so slow.
Going in top 4 now, so they're in control of this curling game. They're just going to throw one in top 4. You're going to have to see McMahon throwing up there as a corner guard.
Yeah, got to get aggressive here. These are the types of games where you could see this could be the last end just by the nature of having to get aggressive. You expose yourself to kind of putting the game on the line this end. So
yeah, it's always one of those ones you're trying to go hard for the deuce and you give up another steal. But whatever, you have to go. Oh, they're going to hit here.
You got it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting call. And you know what? This is not wrong if you actually play the odds out there. Scoring 3 in the last end is probably as close as stealing in the last end. So
it's always
not
possible.
far off.
Yeah. We had
this happen a lot now these days.
Yeah, it makes sense and this goes back to, like, don't completely miss your shot in the last end. And them tapping that one in by another quarter inch to save a point keeps them in the game.
Well, if you think about it, like we've had this conversation on my son's team quite a bit, that if you got a chance to score 3 and 8, is better than scoring 3 and 7 and being up 1 going to 8. So you score your 3 and 8 to win.
And no set.
In worst case, if you get your deuce in 8, you're still in the same situation trying to steal in the last end anyway. So in the extra.
Yeah.
So it's a good call.
Yeah. We had a season a couple years ago when I was curling with James Paul and Glenn Kennedy, and I think it was the year Craig McAlpine was playing lead for us. Really good team, and especially with Glenn and James there, like those are two classically awesome curlers, but we scored 3 to win a game, I think 4 times that year.
Wow.
Through 3 or 4 spiels. Like, it was an absurd number of, like, this is weird how often we're scoring 3 coming home.
Yeah, it happens more than you think these days. Well, ask Kevin Koo. He did it like twice in a slam, back-to-back games or something last year.
But when you only play 20 games in a year like we do, like, to do that 4 times is a big swing in your season in terms of what your outcomes and success are with stuff. But it was a kind of a fascinating stat that we just kind of reflected on at one point, going like, man, how many times did we score 3 coming home to win? And did it comfortably most often too, which is kind of the other interesting part of it.
What's interesting here is DeSchiffart actually went with the corner guard on their second shot, so they went delayed here.
So
I don't
that's
know if this
interesting.
is not really a overly aggressive call when you go delayed corner, so
It's an interesting change of strategy mid-end because you hit something that was already behind the ring, or like it was more.
it was kind of, but it was top. It was T-line at the best, which it wasn't a danger.
Which you don't need to hit that. You can throw your corner and use that.
Yeah.
Where now it's top 4 and absolutely controlling the scoring zone, and now you just made your life a lot harder.
Yeah. And now
So
you're,
interesting shift of strategy
like I said,
after a
it's
shot.
kind of an in-between call there. I mean, the delayed corner is a modified aggressive call, not really over-aggressive. And in this situation, you either have to be over-aggressive, go hard for 3, or you have to be blank. I mean, there's kind of just a deuce is you're probably going to lose your game 80% of the time, 85% of the time.
Whoa.
And just for anyone that might be out there, like, I'm not being super critical of shot calls here because I was going to point this out earlier. I at one point had I was sitting 2 one time.
Yeah.
And instead of drawing for 3, I wanted to hit an open shot because I was more comfortable hitting. And I subsequently ticked that shot, put it into one of my other ones, and gave up a steal of 1.
Oh.
So I want to preface all this, like, if I'm being a little bit critical of calling, I've made way more mistakes than these kids will ever make.
God,
so
yeah. Like they'll probably score their deuce or 3. They'll probably score their deuce here, and be no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, definitely lots of options. You know what the best strategy is? Make all 8 shots, eh? If you make all 8 shots, it doesn't matter what the strategy is sometimes.
As long as you have a strategy.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to do something, if you execute, great.
Yep.
Not
Clean.
So she's hitting the center guard here, or she's trying to hit the one in the rings. Oh, well, not bad.
9.
Ticked her over for another corner. There you go. You got your double corner.
Oh, and staggered. Like, this could be, you know what?
DeSchiffart's going to peel here.
That's absolutely the right call here.
Oh, okay.
She didn't say anything, so.
Board. Okay.
I'll say this from 20 years ago. The teams are dressed significantly better than what
Great
we used
jackets,
to have. We used to have like awful golf polos and random stuff that we go down to. I think the year that we won our Alberta Juniors, we literally went to Walmart and just found 4 matching athletic shirts.
Well, that's all we could afford anyway.
Yep.
Back then.
Actually, I even think at junior nationals when we were there, like there were like these weird
We're going right past.
well, some sort of cotton golf polo.
She
The
slid
world's
wide.
changed a lot in
11-4.
terms of that, and I think it's fantastic they can get some creativity on some of the uniforms. Great representation of your sponsors, and it's great to see the amount of sponsorship a lot of these junior teams have out here.
Oh, it's amazing. The
it's,
support is fantastic. And we definitely appreciate all the support of these junior teams. They wouldn't be able to play without them. So
yeah, it's looking back, like we've had great support over the years, great sponsorship from various folks that have a passion for the sport or just caring family members, friends of friends.
Like running on that sideline.
But yeah, huge shout out to anyone here that might be listening that has put their logo and stuff and contributed to these teams being able to come out here and do this. It's none of us get to do it without that level of support, and it's more appreciated than I think sometimes gets back to the folks that have supported us.
we saw a couple mistakes there. We had a little tick by Team McMahon there on their first one. And then DeSchiffart followed up with a flash themselves. So
yeah, kind of
letting each other off the hook here.
Yeah, a little 2 back-to-back, and the same 2 shots later.
No roll.
Got it. Now we'll be seeing an interesting call.
Or sorry, 10-4. 10-4.
DeSchiffart. Does they throw it out in the wings, or they come? They go up and peel the corner.
What have we got? 3 shots left. Yeah, you know what? Rip this corner and get save yourself some trouble.
We lost. Looks like we've lost the audio on red. Batteries must have died. Oh, this one we can get back.
Actually coming up. We literally rolled up.
Yeah.
Like for a second.
Oh. I don't know.
Great
That's a
peel.
good shot. You know what? I've had that same inside out peel 3 times this year.
Yep.
Have not made a single one.
3.
Like that's.
I was a skip for a long time, so I can't peel worth a crap. So I try never to peel. Board weight peel's all I got.
You know what? As long as you can make the shot.
It's nothing worse than a peel, plug in a peel when you play the whole end for a blank.
Oh.
Line's good.
I think at our first spiel, we end up kind of going undefeated through it, but it was not a dominant undefeated. It was a little tidge of a struggle at times. And it comes down to that, like, that inside-out peel has been, if I go and practice a little bit, yeah, I'll get it sorted out, but it has been like a lifelong nemesis. Of, like, I have trauma watching somebody about to throw this shot right now. I'm just, you know what, I'm so, just watching them pick this turn right now gives me so much relief. Going like, oh, okay, I can see this, but you want to throw that inside out, I'm going, oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Better to play the outside in anyway. You don't have to roll as far. You plug it.
That's true.
Hit just 7/8 of this with the weight some of these kids can throw, and they'll just roll right to the corner.
Yeah. We talk about the custom curling shoes. I know this has been a thing for years, but this is more and more prominent. I think it's fantastic.
They spend a lot of time on their outfits, with jackets and shoes and brooms. Gotta go here. Might have got this started a bit. Yeah, see that? 7/8 still rolled way out there.
Yeah.
Great throw.
That's okay.
Oh, much like it is. Skips aren't meant to peel, so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my argument forever. Well, now she's going to try and go around that little bit of a corner.
Yeah, take your deuce. Do you take your deuce and try to steal coming home?
I guess that's her plan right now, is to try and take her deuce.
Yeah. Like,
You know, points on the board or points on the
try and
board.
get it as curled as you can without not being in the house.
Hang this on the edge, and you're probably getting your deuce.
15 still? 4-5? Okay. Okay. In that range. Yeah.
Well, they're still saying 14-8, 14-5, so might be a little quicker going out here to the wings.
Yeah, generally we get caught on that quite a bit. We don't recognize when stuff comes off that center line. It gets through a bit of a path. There's a lot of foot traffic happens in that wide wing that we don't take into account of kind of polishing up the speed a little bit.
Early.
It's more that coming home. I'm gonna have to vision myself in the hat so I call the right turn here. But the coming off center, out turn coming home. I've seen rocks fly through the rings off that one quite often.
Keep going.
14.65 we had on that one.
4-6.
All right.
That's
oh,
a
4-7, so
great
good
speed
job.
coming into the later half of the games.
Oh, more.
Yeah, the players been happy. Speed's held up pretty much the whole game.
You know what? Something else we've been talking about recently too, and I think probably a big benefit to the ice makers is I don't see as many knee prints out there. We've got guys to stop, guys, girls, everybody, stop putting your knees down over the hog line. That's got eliminated. But I think another nice thing has happened with this change to these broom heads is we do not chew the ice up and destroy it through games to the point that, like, we used to have almost a full second change coming into the last two ends into the slide pass, like just atrocious conditions to try to be skillful at the end of the game. And so since this change to these standardized broom heads, we've seen the ice has been very consistent from start to finishes of games. And I don't know if it's a difference that's been recognized enough in the sport.
I agree. As an ice maker, I agree big time.
Yeah.
Gotta go hard here for a piece. See, she just slid a little tight there and then popped it back.
Stabbed it back to the center just a bit early.
Well, McMahon has a chance to draw for 2 to tie this game up. Do we expect anything different in this tight battle we've had for 7 ends?
I was getting a little worried that my prediction from a few ends ago about this being an open hit and 8-footer, a draw to the 4 for the win was not going to come to fruition, but
it's looking like it's going to happen for sure now. Got to make this one. Refocus here.
I can't hear you.
So this is a
Same weight.
bit of an interest, like simple draw to the 4 for your deuce. You probably know his path already.
But you just threw the other turn?
Yeah, it's kind of one of the, well, if you made the shot once, just come down and just throw the exact same shot again. You're not going to risk touching the corner. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with throwing that around the corner. You just threw the path.
Yeah.
The sweepers know it. You know it. It's 4-7. You just heard that.
Not as big as the last one.
Yeah, it's just one of those eliminate some potential changes in scenario for yourself. Naturally, this is still a pretty straightforward shot.
Sweepers like it.
Yeah.
Looks like she's coasted it in here.
Ooh, good sweep. Yeah.
And you hear a little sense of relief there.
Well, she said she didn't put the ad on there, which means she was definitely a little softer than she wanted to be, but what a great deuce.
Oh. But you know what? Great little feedback communication from your thrower. You know what? You can't. Releases are hard to read sometimes, and given that, hey, I didn't quite do this the same way, it
gives you the reassurance to let her rip.
That extra 5 or 10 seconds that you don't have to have your sweepers try to decipher what happened, and you can give them immediate feedback. That's key when. You know, if you miss that sweep by that 5 seconds, well, 5 seconds is a long time.
100% great communication there by that whole team. Like you could tell the lady in the house calling the line and knowing it was curling a little early. Like that was a team shot made there to get their deuce. So very well done. Now we're going to go to the 8th end, all tied at 5. Team DeSchiffart will have the hammer. Of course, remember the no tick zone into play, or the no crash on the guard zone, as Rolly likes to call it. And we're going to see what happens here. I suspect you're going to see 2 centers here for Team Mahone and McMahon. And DeSchiffart will be hoping it's not on the center line because they might play the tick. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what their strategy is here to set the score. Do they try to get stuff out of the way, or do they try to own the 4-foot first? Be interested to see what their take on this is.
Yeah, it'd be great. So they called it 2 here. That's what I always call it 2. That way, if you're short, it's a 1, and if you're heavy, it's a 3. It's never really throw exactly what you want. So.
Yeah, line.
Oh, a little tight on line here.
Yep.
1. There you go. 1. They're happy. Just over the hog line.
Curling, just on its own.
Just over would be nice.
Whoa.
Hanging on the edge, hanging on the center line.
Yeah, she just slid tight, and then straight. 7-3.
Okay, well, now we're going to see. You always have the option to chunk that into the house, too, and then hit it on your next one.
That's true. It's
Yeah,
a little high to put into the house, though. I think if you're down towards that ATB sign, you
Can I have a touch
might try it a
more?
little more.
because I think now to do it.
See this on the doubles a lot, though, people trying to chap them into the house.
Yeah.
But you're right, you like it up halfway.
Well, the thing is,
Playing
your
the straight
shooter
tick,
stays your shooter stays in play if you're on, especially on the high one.
Curl.
But
Curl.
yeah, don't hate this. You got to take a stab at this.
They're trying to tick here.
Hard curl.
She's close here, real close.
Hard.
Chop it over.
Oh,
Yeah.
not bad, though. Just
No.
touched it over. Every inch might help there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now they're going to try and go to the center line here again. Now you do have the option. You could go directly behind that one. But with the no tick rule, they're going to
Yeah, you're
try and
better
put it
off
on the
to
center line.
own that center line.
The only thing is if you go center line here, then the next time the double peel will be in play because it is angled a little bit. So there's some updates. We got Team Fenton up 4-2 on Team Whiff over there playing. We don't know what happened in 6. And then
That's a
we
great curling name. With
Room.
Yeah, I know.
there's some great curling names out there.
Amber's rock. Hey, whoa. Wait only.
Now I can't read on 5 there, Zach, but Cook is down 6-4. Sorry, with the hammer playing 4
Sit.
or playing 6.
We're not in.
I think that game's over.
5-3. Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
don't see anyone on the sheet.
Well, maybe that's why we don't know what happened in the next. They must have. I got to get that scraper down as soon as I can there, gentlemen. So if you do disappear, that's why. Of course,
I don't know if I can handle this solo.
Oh, buddy, you can handle it. You're an expert right off the start. If not, if anything else, make fun of Zach or whoever's sitting over there on the camera. Although Zach has been fantastic today on the camera. We can't thank him enough for coming out. 8 o'clock draw this morning for our millions of viewers we have at home.
I'm gonna say, if anyone wants to stick around after the game, I'll critique your scraping strategy.
Ooh,
in real time.
Don't worry, it's perfect. Oh, there's a.
We'll get an uptick of ice makers tuning in. Let's watch Mike scrape.
You know what? You think that's funny, but when I used to go to the Briars and watch, I was sticking around between games when I was younger so I could watch. Didn't really care about the game itself. I'm going to stick around and watch their scraping patterns.
Well, it's where I got my start up in Grimshaw, where I grew up. I got drafted into working at the curling club quite young.
Oh, I didn't know that. Might have to recruit you.
Yeah, I spent the time. My initial bit was just sweeping the ice, cleaning the toilets, and it was more so during the truckers and Romans. I had to turn on the exhaust fan out on the ice when the smoke got too low. When the smoke got down to head level, you had to turn on the exhaust fan to just raise that up a little bit.
3-3.
That's going way back.
Yeah, this is more than her last.
And then actually, when I first moved to Grand Prairie out of high school, I worked at the Grand Prairie Curling Club as kind of the assistant ice maker for a couple of years while I was sorting my life out and whatnot.
Nice.
Well, I'm still sorting my life out, but
we're going to figure things out when we grow up. Well, there's a mistake, but Team McMahon there, they had a chance to draw around. DeSchiffart went heavy on their second rock and then had a chance to draw in their top 4 and really get the steal going. And
opportunity. This is spinning the hair
little
wide.
deep.
Yeah. So maybe this is just kind of a give
They're
back
going to
opportunity.
give him back the chance. Just a bit outside there in the track.
I love to see the high rotation on the peels. Gets that shooter rock spinning off it, like a little bit of the gear effect after. Like that's great intent on the release. Just a little touch wide there. And
well, now they got a chance to draw around here, top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
This gets interesting now. What's our bet on the speed here? About 14.6 is our. We're going to lean over to Zach and
did
pull
I
up the
hear
timer.
them call it 2 here? They're going to put up another guard, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe they're saying.
Line's good.
Okay, looked like a throw to make it to the
on
rings,
its
but.
own.
No,
Line's
they
good.
called it 2. They're calling it 2
It's
here.
got a
So
curl.
Well, you know what?
Abby, stay close. Abby.
I don't mind the call.
Abby.
No, stack up the front. You gotta
exactly.
give yourself an opportunity here.
Abby.
At this point, you know
Okay,
Red's
well.
just trying to clear stuff off, so they're not going to try to beat you around this.
6-7.
Well, that's a chance for a double peel here.
On that side, Ma.
Yeah, it's a little tough across the face one. Like there's a good chance that the top yellow one, if you can get it squirted outside of that top yellow, like across the top, it doesn't necessarily need to get out of play, but you need to
get it away from the 4-foot line and give yourself a draw to score later on.
Yeah, get it outside the blue box is really what you're trying to do here.
Again. They're not sweeping this.
That's a great shot.
Good throw.
That's good.
Pistol.
Yeah. That is now set yourself up for the nose hit.
7-4 rocket down there.
Yeah.
I want to throw it that hard when I grow up.
2.
No, love to see it. That's
interesting.
That's a great
Do you like a
peel
center
way to be
or
able to
that
throw.
guard?
So they're going to guard the
Same.
the yellow. Oh, they're going to go with the center guard. I like the center guard. That rock is probably not going to win you the game over there. Oh. Coach is worried that.
Okay.
Towards the center, right?
Okay.
And if they peel it, same thing, right? If they take this one out and go after
Then we go
now
under.
You've got a better guard. Center, right?
Okay.
Just kind of try to inch our way towards the center.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, don't put it too tight because then she might run the double, right?
Do you like a 2? Okay. All right.
That's a great interaction.
Like, right here, On the corner of the logo.
It's not bad, right? Not a bad call
2.
because you can't, if you run it in there and try and double it off, it's going to roll to the center.
Yep.
Yeah, the coach was concerned if they put the rock dead center that they have a free angle run back in there and try and kill the other one as well. But
Yeah, no, that's a valid point.
it's a good call here. You're just off center, so there's no run back.
And you're,
Double.
you're,
Mine's
take,
good.
and you're taking away the draw pass based on the way it is. So you throw
Where
that
are
center
we?
on there, what are you really protecting at that point?
Okay. Make them even.
Uh-oh, can't be deep here, though. Can't be deep.
How deep are we? We're like a 10? Yeah, 3-7.
Oh, this is deep here.
Yeah.
3-7.
Well,
I think you have to hit the high one.
yeah, got to hit the high one, make the double here, be real good.
Well, do you make the double or do you just flip in on? Yeah, make the double.
I'd probably
the
make
call.
the double, yeah.
Yeah.
The best they're going to do is be able to draw on the other side of that 4 foot, and then you get the whole side to win.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But focus on hitting this rock first.
Down! Down! 10 down!
It's up there. It's up there. Real close to great. What a
Yeah.
great throw.
You know what? That works.
That's okay.
You've given yourself the 8 foot.
Fantastic shot. Now they got to come around that yellow just a little bit off center. Or draw right in there. As close to the button as you can, but
Yep.
could throw a guard up here just around the A.
Yeah, do a little
That's okay.
bit of a
Just
stagger.
a little bit of a stagger. You're getting a little closer to the center line then.
Yeah, give yourselves an opportunity to, potentially get the
Do we have
own the
another
4
time,
foot a
Bill?
little bit rather than the 8 foot coming into your last shot.
So each team gets 2 coach interactions throughout the half.
I think this is good.
Through
I
the
don't know.
half.
With each half, you get 2 coach
Okay.
interactions. So, right,
Or
Zach?
we can guard that.
I think that's the rule.
Okay. 2. I like it a little further over.
So they just had 1. I wasn't sure. That might have been their second one for McMahon there.
I'm trying to think, if they had did they have a timeout going away at one point?
I think they
I've
must
lost
have.
track. It's the notebook I left at home. I didn't. Yeah.
Didn't forget that. I don't remember that either.
Yep. Okay. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Just on its own.
Oh,
On
I
its
like
own.
sweep it a bit, I think.
Sorry?
Okay, I like it. I like that, but I would have
Over.
liked it down a little
What are you
farther.
talking about?
Yeah, I'm with you with that. Put a broom on that and
Yeah.
hit it early and get that about 3 feet
That's
further.
the perfect line. Just need to be another 3 feet and make the double harder. But it's risky though. You can't. You take on the double and you jam it in there, then it's closer to the center line. So this is
Okay, you got it.
a great mature call.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the rock in the center line. You know you're going to be able to draw the button.
Yeah, recognize that this is your
I
scoring
love
area.
this call.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
you're right. You try to play that double.
unbelievable.
You try to play that double, and you start
Yeah,
mucking
yeah.
with your scoring.
All of a
scoring
sudden,
area
that
a little
rock,
bit
they
more,
did their job. They're close to the middle now, so. Great call. So, you got to go now.
I like it right there. Yeah. Like, if it's poking out a little bit on this side, I like that better.
Yeah, make the first one in here.
I think right there. It's curling more that the ice is slowing down, so just be careful.
All right, Statman, is the ice slowing down?
He says a little bit. He says a
little
little
bit.
bit.
All
Zach
right.
doesn't
We're
know
gonna
what
go
he's
right on the
talking about
line.
over there, but no. This path has
I
been
was
played a
telling
lot,
Beth
so
it's going
they.
to curl more because it's slowing down. So
Well, crossing that
Just
center
stay
line. This
true.
is always touchy crossing the center line.
Still
You get to,
looks like
Okay.
a lot of ice to me, but what do I know?
I would, from what I'm seeing, I would agree if you're trying to draw to the, kind of splitting the 4 foot on
Yeah,
the
this
behind
is,
that guard. I'd probably be putting it on the 4 foot.
Might be putting it right on the edge of the 4.
Yeah,
so
you're asking for
even
5 feet of curl
inside.
right now.
And
which
that
is-
guard is so high, like you're gonna get by. Big shot here, though. Get as close to the,
Small
you know,
lad.
full of the most of the 4 foot you can.
That being said, we see where the broom is, but everyone knows their release is a little bit different too, where some of us need that
Yeah.
extra foot because we stab it in all the time. So
Abby's
Well,
rock.
they like it here. This is
Abby!
not bad.
Abby!
Man, it's really going in there now.
Hard, Abby!
1475 we had on this one.
I'd say that's still good speed.
That's not bad at all. They hardly swept top 8. They're a good spot for a rock. I like the throw.
Yep.
Good
Very-
result.
Yeah, very likely to need to throw the same shot in our next one with about 3 feet more weight, and that's probably her setup shot to try to set up the steal.
I think DeSchiffart's going to probably hit that rock once it's all said and done, but
Yeah, I think you're
they
absolutely
should
right
have
there.
enough of it. Hit and roll over the side of the 8 to make it better.
Yeah, throw a nice little kind of board weight.
Timeout here. See what the coach has to say.
Take it behind cover. Right? And it's
We got a wipeout on sheet 3. Still got the rock away. Get a recovery. Oh, still got it.
Never a doubt.
Seeing as we can't really hear the coach, I'll tell a story. So we're playing, we played a team now twice in the last 2 spiels where, no, sorry, we played him in one spiel, we played him in a league the week before, and the guy playing second goes to throw a peel or third. Does a full-on wipeout, like down, like foot under, like
Yeah.
sitting on his foot basically.
Okay.
But then got the foot back up behind
Like
the
1
rock,
3/4.
recovered into a slide, and then subsequently made the shot still. But he went like full on leg flat on the ice, getting the foot back and back into a normal throw on a peel weight shot.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so I seen it happen twice, and I'm kind of going like, oh, it's happened again. But his teammates subsequently say to him, oh, we should have
you
got
got
that
it.
one on camera this time. Like kind of alluding to the fact that this occurs
All
frequently.
the time. Oh my God. That's
Because he
impressive.
recovered like this happens frequently. Me? Nope. I'm falling down and
Dead.
I'm stabbing at something. Yeah. I've committed to the fall. He committed to the recovery, and it was impressive.
Wow. Well, there we go. So the coach decided to come out.
Yep.
They decided on playing the hit, little board weight hit, like you said there. Roll over to the edge of the 8.
It'd be great to be, if you can put yourself in the 8 foot here and just be sitting shot, put that extra pressure that the next shot has to hit the rings. And
Just roll over so you're out counting that one at the back. It'd be real nice.
yeah. You do want to be a little careful that maybe you don't
That's
give them
good.
the opportunity to come around. Like there, you probably want to roll it all the way to the 4 foot line on the other side is your ideal scenario. Because you do give the opportunity right now to
Good throw.
kind of bury one behind this and potentially have to play a run
That's
back now to
basically
for the
a
win.
center guard for you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
I'm
of
just
looking
thinking
at it
how they
now,
should
like
do
you
that.
probably aggressively should have played the roll, if not roll out. You're really set up better.
Make her do. I want to make her do a draw.
Yeah.
At the same point, like
they want to
I
make
like
a
this.
draw. Interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Yellow's
trying to
not in a
think.
bad
Can we-
spot here to
think
now
it's
have an
easier to go
opportunity to
this way?
put some pressure on.
Because if I'm out here, I'm gonna be in the crap, and it's gonna go on us. Like even if I come off this and roll here,
I don't know, man. I'd play this out turn if I want to go there because that
What do you think?
Use that
hardly
red-
played any out there. Probably perfect ice out there.
Yeah, and use this red to your
More
advantage.
risky?
Yeah, I don't think
Okay,
you want to
let's
move
go
it.
this way.
I think you want to use it to get
Let's
in the
do
way.
it. Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting
wanna
though.
make
She
sure we're
did
not
say she
overcurling
wants her
because
to
she has the
draw.
run.
So if you want her to draw, you
Well, I
could
mean,
hit it.
If she does have the run, she's probably gonna go into that.
But
Oh,
I'd
that.
probably hooking around this red back button somewhere in that
Yeah.
I
area.
think coming back
Let's
to
do
center.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I would
yours.
do, but this might hook around anyway and still get a piece of the button.
Yeah, I don't
This
know
looks
if you
like
need
a
to.
lot of ice.
I don't know if, yeah, you don't need to. You just need to get directly behind that yellow sitting on the tee line. Maybe
Yep.
that might be your okay spot.
You know, if you can get her thinking about 2 shots, that's probably the goal. Make her think about drawing the 4 foot or playing the tap back. You might get a mistake. First, you got to get shot here.
Yeah. This is like all fresh.
It's all fresh. They haven't thrown a rock
Yeah.
out here all game.
No, so that's a
This
little bit.
is-
That's a little bit of the interesting choice here. Is you're
Yeah, try and
putting
get
your
it,
game on the line
like,
with a
in the
path
forefoot
that
if you
you
can.
really
Have it
don't
in
know
the
anything
trunk.
about.
Okay, 2
And
notches more.
so that's an interesting choice. Or is this the ideal shot in terms of making the shot? Maybe. But do you come the other way and do that? Yes, I am talking about you, James.
There you go, James.
Yep.
You're famous, buddy. You made it on the
Small
YouTube. James Balance said,
We're
weird
pretty out
question,
there.
but are you talking about me falling
Yeah,
and making
line.
the double peel?
Yeah, I might have made a play on the name too of the balance being a little off, but no, James, I'm just
Take it
I'm doing
back.
it out of fun, not to.
It really needs to
I'm not,
curl.
I'm not making fun of you.
This looks not bad. It's got to sit. It's
Actually,
gotta
I'm quite
sit.
impressed with the skill level.
It's got to sit.
Yeah, so there's your danger shot of playing a path you hadn't touched yet, right?
Oh, that was fresh pebble. Yeah, that was just gliding down there. So who shot?
This looks like yellow to
Are we
me,
shot?
but Zach's not speaking up though.
Zach.
He's not taking the risk.
Zach, give us something.
Okay, well, you know what? They've done what they really set out to do.
I
Is,
think
you know,
You got
force
it.
yellow hung on a bit there, if you ask me.
But you're forcing
Like
a draw to the
14,
8 foot.
15.
You're not playing the backing.
You got it.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, I like what they're doing here. They're playing a familiar path, and
Yeah, and if
Yep.
worst case, if you touch that, you have red. Yeah, we think it's yellow for sure right now.
yeah, James, I would put that 0 skill up to at least a 3 out of 4. Like you got back on your feet, and that in itself I'm impressed with.
Going hard here early. One sweeper here.
Yeah.
Coming out to help.
I think the line's gonna be fine if they can keep the brooms down on this.
Looks, they got to go real hard here. Now it looks like it's got lost.
Yeah,
Looks
just keep
pretty
it-
good.
yeah,
Looks pretty
just keep the
good.
brooms moving, and life's good.
Great sweeping. Great
Yeah, it's
judge.
clutch.
What a great game.
Good throw.
You know what?
Congratulations, Team DeSchiffart, there on
Yeah.
their win. I think that puts them at 2-0.
Fantastic
Good
draw
game.
weight all game,
Good game.
actually, and
Yeah.
that's
What a
gonna
great
win,
game
that's
to
gonna win
watch.
games.
So, Rolly, thanks for
Good game.
joining us, bud.
Oh,
I'm
it's a
sure you're
hoot.
going to stick around maybe some of the day today. Do you have some time?
I have nothing better to do with my life.
Perfect. All right, so tune back in later for another game. As we're going to be at 12 o'clock. And we don't know the feature game right now, but
Thank you too.
make sure you tune in to watch. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that was really good. I thought you were like a 3, and I was like, oh no.
Plushak against somebody? Jokeskins?
Yeah.
Yeah, who are we broadcasting this afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's... yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Come back at 12. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah.